Hello, everyone. I just realized I need to check if I have storage, actually. What is this? What am I hearing? Oh, it's Kyle is messaging me. I'm getting notifications from my own server. Oh, my goodness. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, storage. Yeah, because, like, guys, I recorded this reaction video to Tatsuki Fujimoto's, whatever, 17 to 26. And the second recording was, like, 80 gigabytes. I was like, wow, I guess like when I'm just recording my camera instead of like other stuff, it takes up a bunch of space, which was kind of crazy, but here we are. Anyway, why do I have 2 live notifications? What is this? 8:15, watching trailers, okay. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay, let me look at that. Holy, what a start. Figure out double notification issues. Oh, we'll set that for 2 hours from now. Anyway, Sulfur is here saying freezing cold emoji. Interesting. Okay. So, I was looking at my playlist here before we started. Okay. But first we have to go through Twitter. And there's my washing machine just having finished. Okay, I have a notification for some reason. Let's go all the way down. I don't think there's that much, actually. I think I talked about this. Cool, funny. Mei Mei and her brother in Christmas attire. How lovely. I did react to these episodes, and I did a tier list. Kind of cool. I have watched... Again, I've continued. Also, Heath is here. Hello, Heath. I've been continuing to catch up on things, so... I watched a movie the night before Christmas. You know, got to watch a bunch of Christmas movies before Christmas. I caught up on Tatsuki Fujimoto 17 to 26. I finally recorded my final reaction. I got up to date on that time I got reincarnated as a slime, season 3. And right now I've got like, I don't know, like 2 episodes of ReZero left. Like I'm catching up on ReZero. A Mikasa fan art. We love Mikasa. Yeah, ReZero. This is, I guess, like, minus spoilers for ReZero Season 3, if you're, you know, if this isn't really much, but it's like, it reveals a fight that's toward the end of Season 3. Yeah. I didn't know what to say. I just said Lamau. But the point is, basically, in Season 3, there's, like, ReZero is not really known for its, like, amazing fighting animation or anything. I think, if anything, it's probably known for its, like, pretty good, like, animation, decently all-round, interesting directing sometimes. But for some reason, in Season 3, they decided to do, like, a really good animated fight. Which is cool. I love really cool animated fights. And the first half of this fight was, like, super cool. And it was like, oh, wow, it's like I'm watching JJK Season 3 or something. Like, the style of animation was, like, very similar to that. And those really cool directing choices, and the animation was insane during the fight. And then, like, toward the end of this fight, it's like, this last, like, 30 seconds is like, wow, it, like, looks so cool. It's so well animated. But I have no idea what's going on at all. It's like the most confusing 30 seconds of thing in my life. Like, he's like kicking something, like somehow the floor is like moving. He's like hitting the guy with the floor. Okay, I think I get this. He's like hitting the floor. The guy's freaking out. He's running. I get that. I think he punched it. It's like a sword or something. I think he's like, something broke. He's like, something's happening. There's like a worm or something. I have no idea. He's like breathing out. He stomped. Something happened. He like did an attack. No, he jumped. He didn't do an attack. He got cut or something. I think he punched. Maybe. They're flying, and this guy died. I'm like, what? I have no idea what just happened. But it looked cool. So that was ReZero. What an anime. And this, cool. Madoka Magica cross Utena fan art. Awesome. Anyway, I couldn't believe this. They went like all out on the animation, but they like forgot to try and make it make sense. I was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, you know, it was only the latter half of the fight. The first half was really cool. All right. Ciclet is here. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. Hey, Ciclet. Oh, hey, Ari. Hey, thank you. Hi. Have you watched Star Trek? No. And I don't know, I might one day. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, really. There's a character called Spock. And I think Benedict Cumberbatch was in one of those movies. Man, I could really go for a data lore video right now. I don't know what that is. Hi, not Mr. Jams. You should make a list of all the big things you're going to consume in 2026. Well, yeah, I'll probably save that for my final digest, as well as my end of 4th year of YouTube thoughts where I have a thing of what I want to consume at the end. You know, I feel like anime sequences like these have the same problem where the camera work is so crazy you can't fucking see what's happening. I mean, I don't think that's what's going on here. I think it's just badly directed, or no, maybe not directed, like storyboarded or something. It is like I am curious. Obviously, I don't think anyone here is going to know because, you know, we don't work in this industry. Unless someone does work in the industry, is very familiar with animation and whatever, like the pipeline of anime. Who do you blame for something like this? Like being so incoherent? Obviously it's not, well, I was going to say, obviously it's not the animators, but I don't know how much autonomy, like, animators have in sequences like this. I know the big star talent, like the famous Yutaka Nakamura, like obviously they get the chance to, as far as I understand, they can like storyboard and direct and like do the animation for their entire sequence, is my understanding. I could be wrong. But I imagine like no-name animators or like very less popular ones can't probably have that autonomy. So you can't really blame them. Do you blame the episode storyboarder, like the director of the episode? Is it like is like the director of the season? Is there like a particular like person in charge of like action sequences in like the production of like an episode? Is it the like animation director who is like different from the episode director? Like I just, I'm like, who do you blame for this, you know? Not that you need to blame it, it's like still it's better than like, actually this isn't very good. I don't know why I was gonna say something nice, you know. Anyway, but true. All right, it's because you're not meant to watch the anime adaptations first. They're meant for fans of the superior original source. True, for the great fight in the light novel. I'm sure it was very well described in the light novel. Well, this is Sakuga, except I can't follow. Well, yeah, that is true. But the first half of this fight was like sick. I was like, oh, this is like awesome. Easy to follow. Animation was awesome. But yeah, I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, Cyclist videos are back. Are you no longer wanted by the government or what? Okay. I'm sorry, Miller. I kept rewriting it because I kept changing my opinions. I don't even know what this is. This stream better be fun to watch back later. It probably won't be. Storyboarder? Well, that's what I don't know. I feel like I could equally imagine, depending on the production, you could blame a bunch of different people. And I just have no idea. I don't have the background enough to know. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. That's okay, Ciclet. I know it'll be worth the wait. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Just move the camera back a bit. Chill out. Yeah, that is true. Those Sora 2 anime fights look good. They have the Sora 2, firstly, the Sora 2, incredibly impressive. The fact that he can do anime fights at all is like unbelievable, and I never thought we'd get to this point in this short of a span of time. They are incredibly, like, they succumb to this exact same issue where it's just like, people are punching and I have no idea what's happening. I'm like, oh, it's impressive and AI can do this, but they don't look particularly good. Unless obviously someone puts a lot of effort into making it clear, which I have seen on TikTok like a few times, but it's more often than not, I will see a fight and I'll be like, wow, isn't AI crazy? If only it was more clear to see what's happening here. Anyway, what episode did that happen? Because ANN lists the storyboarder of each episode. I don't know if I would blame the storyboarder for this. That's the thing. And as far as I understand, I don't know. And when I say I understand, I mean, it's basically just through randomly reading stuff on Reddit, just over the years, people on stream, like, telling me things in the chat, and then, like, watching random channels, like Monker Man obviously is the go-to one now, where they, like, talk about animation and the animation process and stuff. And as far as I'm understanding from all that, like, depending on the production and how, like, how much time they have, or, like, how many people are working on it, there can be, like, people doing multiple roles and be credited for a particular role, even though they were heavily involved in another role. And, like, even within an episode, you can have, like, multiple directors, like, for particular parts of an episode. And, like, none of this is really, you can estimate it by using, like, if you're really good at, like, you know, figuring out what their style of work looks like or whatever. But as far as I understand, you can never really know. So I don't know if the storyboarder is, like, a correct person for this, but it is what it is. Anyway, but what episode is this? I don't know. It was, like, the 10th one or something, I think. I have no idea. Is it just a way to animate less on screen at once? This? No, this is not a shortcut. I can assure you of that. This is a lot of time went into this. That is for sure. All right, it's my data law channel. Oh, I have no idea what that is. Data law? Is that a game? I assumed it was like a game or something. Anyway. More importantly, I watched Tusk. I don't know if I ever told you, Ciclet. But true, I think you told me to watch that. Anyway. So I went through. There's a few things I need to watch, like, initially. These are important, okay? The Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2 trailer. And so I saw some random Star Wars trailer when I opened YouTube today. Okay, just based on that first 2 seconds, maybe this isn't a trailer, but it says teaser trailer, so I don't know. We'll start with the Star Wars one, okay? 1 minute 30. Can't be that bad, hopefully. Is it a game? I hope it's not a game. But it looks like a game already. Like the graphics look bad or whatever, you know? Or maybe it's a CG animated TV show? I don't know a single thing about the Old Republic, okay? I think it's a ship. Well, maybe not. I hope this is an MMO. I love MMOs. Or maybe it'll be a Battlefront 3 or whatever. Who's Casey Hudson? Why are they so prominent in the the titles here? Or Casey or whatever he said. Mass Effect? Oh, okay. So all the gamers are going to be like, oh my god, Mass Effect guy doing a Star Wars game. Has he already done Star Wars stuff before? Project Director of Knights of the Old Republic. Okay. So I guess... I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the Old Republic. I know people love it. I know there's like trailers, and the trailers look kind of cool, right? Or not trailers, but like short films or whatever. Anyway. Somehow the Old Republic returned. True. Well, that was very boring. Anyway. I added a bunch of things to watch to your list, but I don't know what you're watching right now. Spin the wheel. True. Right now, I'm just catching up on a bunch of stuff so I can get to One Piece, basically. And then we'll see from there. Data and Picard. What is this? This is a scene? No, a remix? What on earth is this? What is this? Okay. I don't know anything about Star Trek. Next trailer. Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2. Official teaser trailer, Netflix. I'm so excited. So Season 1 was... I think it was pretty good. I remember the last, like, 2 episodes were not very good, but I remember liking most of it before that, I think. It was like a 3 out of 5. I think it's like the same quality as like the One Piece live action, which I'm pretty excited for. So hopefully this will be good. Oh my god, we have Toph in Season 2, I assume. Unless we're not following Book 2, like strictly. What else do we have? Azula, but Azula was a lot in Season 1 already. Maybe Ba Sing Se, potentially? I don't know how much they're going to cover in a second season. But let's see. Is that her?
Everything is vibrating.
Okay, the voice sounds great for Toph.
All around us.
Okay, that flying guy, I remember him in the wheelchair or whatever.
The world is turning.
We had lightning bending, that's right.
There is a secret life beneath us.
I like the lightning effects.
We're all connected.
I want to see her.
Earth.
Okay. Not bad, like visually. I don't know about this effect. Is that it? Oh no, there's a whole thing at the end. Oh no, it's just Netflix. Okay. Firstly, all that matters in this is obviously Toph. That's her talking, I'm assuming. Voice sounds good. Sounds, close enough to Toph. Visually, at least the one shot we got, or the 2 shots, she looks good. But I guess all the characters in the show look good. Like, they all look like pretty close to the pretty good adaptations, like visually. Looks like there's a lot of action in this. And the action, like, basically this looks to me better than season 1, like, visually at least. But the visuals of season 1 were pretty good. Oh, I'm so glad this lightning is, like, bright. Holy. And it's not, like, muted, like, more realistic. I like it like this. Azula looks great. What was the... I thought the giant, like, or the Unagi or whatever it was, isn't... Oh, no, I was gonna say, isn't that, in Kyoshi Island? But that was, when they're crossing to go to Ba Sing Se, right? Are they gonna do the desert stuff? There's no way. There's so much to do, and but then, yeah, there's so much to do in book 2. But I feel like there's also so much to do in book 1, and they managed to do that. Was there anything hinting at the desert? This is when they're heading to Ba Sing Se, right? I think. When Toph is, like, drowning. True. Lightning redirection. So we're at least getting up to, like, going to Ba Sing Se. I assume it's going to be, like... Maybe we won't actually go to Ba Sing Se. Okay, interesting. I'm excited. When does this come out? Not 2026. I'm guessing the end of 2026, if that's all they said. I don't see a date. 2 million views. It's less than Chainsaw Man. He really does look like... Well, what did people think about? I don't remember what the general opinion was on The Last Airbender show. I guess it got continued, so it's not as bad as the Cowboy Bebop one. 7.2. Okay. So it's like a decent, okay show. Why everything's so muted in this damn show? The lightning was so bright. What do you mean? Let things be vibrant, damn it. You can complain about whatever you want, Mr. Jams. I think season 1 visually was great. For the most part, for almost the entirety of it, is visually is pretty much as good as I could imagine. But yeah. All right. Huh? What is this? Toph's voice actor reacts to live action. What? Did I miss the thing? Wait, this isn't her. Like, why is she? Wait, I don't remember this scene. Show me the teaser. Did I watch the wrong thing? No. Well, I don't know what to say. It's not there. I don't know why. Let's watch her react to it. Oh, and it's gone. Oh, we got Blind Wave reacting to it. Okay. We'll see what she says.
Hello, it is 11:55 p.m.
Show me the reaction.
Okay.
He's waiting. Secret life is listening. Beneath us.
Oh. This creature. Okay, Bendick. Okay, Van. I see you, Maria.
We're all connected. Through the earth.
Okay, Mia. Hey, girl. Yes, Butch.
Okay. Wait, we need to go back. Was there more? Did she react to something else? Well, I don't know what to say. Okay, so that's the 2 trailers I have to watch. Now, is there anything else? Or can I end the stream already? Yeah, I went through and I cleaned up this playlist. So I think any of these would be kind of interesting videos. Unless I've already seen them, which is very possible. But is there anything else on the home page? Let's see. That's me. What did I say? Watching trailers. Oh, you're talking about stuff. Tatsuki Fujimoto's ability to write without ego. Interesting. No filler in Takapi's original sin. Oh, we're just gonna see a bunch of trailers now. Trailer reactions. Tough Plus?
Boys, girl.
Okay. Never mind. What are we interested in? Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic we watched. Avatar The Last Airbender we watched. Do we watch some Pei Talks anime? That's probably going to be very boring. We can talk JJK, but that's spoilers. I don't know who's watched JJK. This I can watch for 2 seconds. Everyone cheating at chess, that could be interesting. Let's finish off the Acolyte. Asmongold reacts to the Acolyte. Why not? Okay.
About a month ago, I released a video talking about this new budding archetype in anime, something I call the quote-unquote alien protagonist. Characters that in many ways act opposite from what you would expect from
Did I already watch this? I don't
a
remember.
main focus in the show. Most writers aim for a protagonist that pretty quickly is relatable, charming, and easy to root for. Most stories' initial primary focus is actually selling the audience not only on the world and story, but the main character. But this archetype of an alien protagonist seems to be a lot more common lately, and it's being done really well. So in today's video, I want to talk about how you write a character that goes against all the conditioning that audiences have for what a protagonist should be. My name is Pei, and today we're talking about my new favorite archetype. About a year ago, I made a video talking about how I thought there was a surge in fantastic female protagonists. In arguing my points, I covered 4 different characters that I think exemplified this. I used each one individually to point at specific components of what made all of these characters great. And today we'll be doing the exact same thing, looking at 4 alien protagonists that I think are outstanding for many different reasons, focusing on how they work so well despite subverting a lot of common expectations with writing. We'll be covering 4 major points. 1. Why make an alien protagonist in the first place? 2.
Why would you make an alien protagonist? I don't know. I don't care. Okay, wait. Let's just keep going a little bit more.
Contrast is key. 3. Weird can be charming, but it takes time. And 4. This archetype is filled with trade-offs. Each of these points will be paired with a character that I think embodies all of them. But we should start first with defining an alien protagonist. I use this term to refer to characters that fall outside of the norm of what you expect when it comes to storytelling. Traditional protagonists are easy for audiences to empathize with and root for. While stories' introductions try to hook audiences to care about things like the plot and world, the most important priority is the characters, and specifically the main character. So an alien protagonist is one that is weird, where it takes time for audiences to empathize with them because of their abnormalities. Sometimes they're played as anti-heroes or villain protagonists, but other times they're some of the best heroes you've ever seen in fantastic stories. So let's start first with someone that walks that line. Denji from Chainsaw Man. Writers love a
Wait, let me think. Oh my god. How is Denji an alien protagonist? God. Denji, I don't know.
tragic backstory, but protagonists tend to be given significantly more positive traits than negative ones. As stories have introduced more and more extreme foundations for a character, it feels like we've rarely explored how messed up that character could potentially be. Denji from Chainsaw Man is a perfect example of the inverse, the street rat that does everything he can to survive. We've seen the street rat archetype in the past, but they tend to be heroic, kind, capable, but very rarely are these characters socially stunted and uncanny. But Denji feels like a feral child, a character that grew up in brutal circumstance with no opportunity and a huge amount of violence, one that's mostly focused on survival, and because of that, very underdeveloped. Which leads to the 2 major components on why I think alien protagonists are becoming more popular. Number 1, they're different. Number 2, they bring texture to the story. As storytelling norms are more rigorously adopted, it creates room for people to come in and do something new. The same thing done time and time again becomes monotonous and predictable. And not only that, weird characters have tons of interesting ways they can engage with the story. Often when analyzing media, it's easy to try to put each component of the story in a silo, isolated from the things around it. But in reality, each part of a story makes up a single thread in a tightly woven braid, built off of and influencing one another to create a whole product.
Boring. Okay. Where's Mob? Give me my boy Mob.
And unique personality in the fact that they're weird. Each one of the protagonists we're exploring today actually feel very different from one another. There's this quote I've heard some people say, which is that art is contrast. Contrast can do a lot to help a story, and the way I like thinking of it is as a multiplier. If you want something to feel louder than it is, set it up with quiet. And I think with alien protagonists, what surrounds them is a very important component of making them work. Take, for example, the namesake of Mob Psycho, Mob. He's very purposely made to be simple and boring, but he's paired with incredible capability and intense power as a psychic. Mixing this unique, unconventional personality of the protagonist with a clear capability and power makes for fun contrast. So compelling, actually, that One Punch Man, written by the same author, was built off of that entire premise. Saitama is another outstanding alien protagonist, but the reason I chose to talk about Mob is because if you look at the characters surrounding him, there's a lot that enhances his character and makes it work so well. The 3 most obvious examples of this are Dimple, an evil spirit trying to manipulate Mob, Teru, another egotistical psychic who's humbled by Mob, and Reagan.
Alright, I don't care. Okay. Your programming language can't understand you. Okay. Oh my god.
Enough, programming languages face very similar challenges. We as programmers, instead of communicating person to person, are now communicating person to compiler. Whether you're coding in C++, Java, Rust, or any programming language, compilers, being a human-made invention, are also imperfect.
What was that? Heath has messaged me
At
something.
interpretation. This is why, since they can face very similar issues, programming can also fundamentally be considered a linguistics issue. First of all, I have a question for you. I've got a very small program over here. What do you think the output of this program is going to be?
Oh no. We're testing my C++ knowledge here. So if true, I guess there'll be no output.
Be. We've got a few options here. First would be it prints out partially true. Second would be it prints out totally false. Or I guess a third option could be it prints out absolutely nothing. So pause for a second and give me your best guess.
Oh no, if I'm wrong about this, I need to go revise my C++. So it goes into main. Well, it depends, because you have to call the main function, so nothing's happening unless you call it. Well, I guess technically you could actually, never mind, I don't know my C++ enough. So if true, I don't know C++ enough. Like, is it, firstly, do you need the brackets? Like, is that a C++ thing, or is it fine without the brackets? Is it when you get a syntax error? Do you need to capitalize the true in C++, or is that just Python? I don't remember. But if this isn't meant to be a trick and it's meant to be straightforward, then we'd go if true, which is always true, so we go into this branch. If false, it's not false, so we don't go here, and then we just leave and we'd return 0. But there could be something really I'm gonna go with we're not gonna print anything.
It prints out totally false.
Holy. I recently watched Made in Abyss, and it's just as good as the first time. Oh, rewatched. I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it. Highly recommended. There was one thing I learned recently, which is Fujimoto's 17 to 26. One of the composers for one of those episodes is a composer in Made in Abyss, and that made me want to watch it. So yeah. I ranked my list, I DM'd you, so you aren't spoiled by number 1. I will, don't worry. I have actually gone through it. I saw until number 6 or something. Whatever you stopped at. Because I see it every now and then. But I will go through it. But wait a second, let me finish. I want to see the answer. It has to be that it prints nothing, unless there's a syntax error, and I'm just not understanding. Or it's a weird thing that C++ does that I just don't know.
Or I guess a third option could be it prints out absolutely nothing. So pause for a second and give me your best guess. Might not be exactly what you expect, which you probably got because I'm sitting here asking that as a question. So let's go over. I'm going to compile my program. We're going to ignore our warning.
Oh my god, there's a warning for the... Okay, lovely.
Do /. We've got our answer, totally false.
Whoa, wait, what? Why is it totally false? Let's guess. If true. I have no idea. There's only like 2 possibilities. One is that it has to do with like the actual syntax, and there's an issue where it's like, I know Python cares about spacing. Maybe C++ doesn't care about spacing, so the actual indent doesn't matter. And because there's no brackets, it's treating the else as attached to this if or something like that. So when you go from if true, it skips all of this. Or it tries to execute this, fails, and therefore it just prints what's here. Or there's some weird thing with true, with like the brackets around true or something. I don't know about C++.
Second would be it prints out the
I'm so
syntax
curious.
called a dangling else. Looking back at the code, this really doesn't make any sense. I would probably guess that the output would be absolutely nothing, but instead, we're getting this totally false statement. And that's because this is part of a language ambiguity in the syntax called a dangling else. And we're going to get into a real-world example of this a little bit later. Nearly every distinct programming language issue can be traced back to a very similar human language issue. In all these examples, I'm going to talk about the English language quirk, and then I'm going to talk about the very equivalent programming language quirk, and I'm going to kind of sort them into different buckets of the 3 distinct compilation phases, which I'll also talk about in a
All right, I want to hear her talk about this problem. But I guess it's a syntax thing. Okay, lovely. All right. Oh my god.
Chess.
And now my hair and my mustache is like rubbing on my nose, and it's annoying me right now. Oh my goodness. Kevin Penkin. That is the guy. He's the Made in Abyss OSD guy. Yep, that's the guy. Oh my god. He's bothering me a lot. All right. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure in C languages the indents are just for readability. That is my understanding, but I don't remember enough. I'm really half paying attention, so I might be entirely wrong. True. Okay, let's go through Heath's thing. Wonder what he linked me. What if he linked me to number 1 by accident? Okay, no, here we go. So I'm not going to know any of these. I have gone through it up until like I wanted to see where Takumi was, basically. But let's see. My Melody and Kuromi. I mean, should I? No, I shouldn't read the ones I don't know, because I'm like, I mean, you know what? Why not? I've never really been interested in Sanrio, but the stop motion I saw of this allured me. The characters are really cute, and it gets surprisingly visually interesting. It's kind of fun to learn that the characters outside of Hello Kitty exist. This is like a Hello Kitty thing? That's crazy. Okay, this looks like the Star Wars Visions thing from Season 2. Witch Watch. So this is a show I have technically seen, but I've only seen like 7 episodes or something. Good casual fun. The attempts at doing a proper shonen arc fell flat, but the magic problem of the weak parts were great. That's interesting. I can't imagine this trying to do a shonen arc, but okay. The best part of this show, I mean, I've probably talked about it before on stream. It's undeniably Witch Watch moving 4 small versions or whatever. It's where she like splits herself into 4. It's like the funniest thing ever. Oh my goodness. This. Show me the scene. God, like basically there's like one big version of her, and then she splits into 2, and they're both like weak, so they need 2 people to carry one box. And then she splits into 4, but they're all weak, so they need 4 people to carry the box. But they're like, they assign different roles to different people. So like one of them is like beeping, one of them's keeping time, and 2 of them are like marching in place or whatever. It's like so good. Wait. Wait, I want to see the bit. Where's the bit where they move it? Oh, here we go. Okay. It's so good. Oh my goodness. That's the best thing the show ever did. Anyway, so Witch Watch is number 24. It made it on the top 25. I'm so glad. Yaiba Samurai Legends. This looks like Deku. Oh my goodness. Where am I? Samurai Legends. Oh wait, no. This is here. Oh my god, typo. Purely on the back of its constantly insane visuals. Truly mind-numbing, boring story juxtaposed with some of the greatest action and colors of the year. Okay, interesting. And Shirley. This was just really sweet. Can be tedious toward the romance and pacing, but overall, you just get a warm feeling watching over Anne as she grows up and ventures out into the world. I really want to watch the World Masterpiece Theater adaptation now. I feel like I've seen this character before. The one on the right. Like in a YouTube thumbnail or something. So interesting. I was reincarnated the 7th Prince, Season 2. I don't like this. His face is too small. Might be the peak of the OP MC slop. Watching Lloyd just use magic in absurd ways is really fun. The characters are all fun enough not to pull away from all the big battles. Okay. Blue Box. Now this is an anime I've heard a lot about. My friend really likes it. Well, I think she really likes it. She'd probably give it a 4 out of 5 would be my guess. I really like the lighting. Chisato and Taiki are pretty cute together. Hinakuk is really funny, true. I basically know the plot of this show. The only downside is that badminton is so boring, but Taiki treats it like his super intense passion. Wow. Zenshu. Okay, so this is one I probably shouldn't read the description of. Anyway. Also, is my camera shaking right now? Oh my god. Kinusa has good taste, but I don't care for pretty much any airing anime, so I have no opinions on pretty much any of these shows. Same here. You might have seen her big ass forehead. Oh, that, you know what? That probably is what it is, actually. For this girl, that's ringing a bell. I don't know why, but I think that does ring a bell for some reason. But Zenshu is number 19. Now, I don't want to read it because I don't want to get spoiled on it. Like, to know, you know, what he thinks about it. I'll come back later when I've actually seen Zenshu. I will be watching that after ReZero, I think. The 100 girlfriends who really love you. Oh my god, it's like a Dragon Ball Z design. Also, why is this picture so low? I guess they're all low resolution except the first few. Super fun, cute romance, just like season 1. It somehow hasn't got to the point where there's too many girls to make everyone feel included, and I'll continue to tune in just to see the story details with that, how the story deals with that. True. My Hero Vigilantes. So this is something I'm like mildly interested in watching. Love the more grounded fights. I wonder what that means. I guess like the powers are less grand or something. In comparison to My Hero Academia, and to me at least, the comic book aesthetic was just turned up a notch in this, which really gave it a sense of identity. That is true. You have to kind of distinguish it from My Hero, right? Which I guess that makes sense. Koichi and Pop. True, I know Pop. I've seen, like, maybe TikToks, edits or something. I know, or maybe Twitter art or something. I know this character. And we're really established in this, really well established in the storyline of Knuckle was great. Interesting. Dadadon Season 2. I could probably read this. I don't really care that much. Well, this season did kind of expose me that I care for nothing outside of Okka, Run, and Momo, but their dynamic is so strong and the crazy action animation is so good that it saves the show from being emotionally manipulative slop. Interesting. The summer Hikaru died. This is something that initially I was interested in watching because it sounded cool, but I think I've heard mixed things about this, so I don't know about it. It kind of pains me that the story is somehow longer than 12 episodes. I guess this is part of the issue, maybe. Can be really fun visually and has great lighting. I'm low-key only interested in the gay plot and found myself teetering on sleeping when the history of the villages came up. Interesting. I was taking screenshots in a different way earlier in the year. Well, it was a better way, apparently, because these are lower quality. Actually, this one's good. This one is not good. Whatever you did here, don't do it again, okay? Okay. Secrets of the Silent Witch. This looks cool. This looks like Mushoku Tensei. Monica is super cute. There's a lot of that Bochi-esque charm for most of the show, where it's just Monica making friends and getting out of her bubble, but then there's that moment where she has to go be badass and use insane magic, which always pog. True. Detectives these days are crazy. I don't know this one at all. It's a comedy, I'm guessing. It looks like a comedy thing. The show actually manages to be really, really funny. I doubt it. The absurdness that Mashiro brings to every scene and the lackadaisical approach Nagumo takes at every turn and mixes so well together. Very solid art and reaction shots. Mashiro really is funny. Okay. Shangri-La Frontier Season 2. I think I've heard of this. Like another entry on this list that just amazes me that this series is getting such a thorough adaptation. This season jumped between different games more and kind of put a hold on the Shangri-La expedition, but the fighting game arc is looking sick. Okay. True. You know, I don't like this actually. It doesn't look very good. But maybe it is. You know, it's in number 12, I guess, so that's pretty good. Why do I have a notification? Okay, I'll deal with that later. Okay. Sho Shimin Season 2. What is this a word? Explementary. I've never heard this word in my life. Did I spell it wrong? Did Heath use the wrong word? Wait. 2 angles that add up to 360 degrees, completing a full circle. So it's like, I have a feeling that Heath is not talking about this correct word, but direction for another season of constant dialogue. You are painfully edged waiting for Osanai and Kobato to meet, but it's freaking good when it finally happens. Osani is such a cute demon. I'm assuming the girl is the demon. Okay. Fujimoto 1 Slops / Reese movie. I forgot to put the Reese movie in my list, so I'm slipping it in here. The one shots were really just fun, and getting to see Fujimoto's uniqueness adapted by a bunch of different visions was great. The Reese movie looks so amazing. Wow. You know this is on digital, guys? Can you believe it? Oh my god. Came out so quickly. Oh yeah, true. My version got censored. That's right. That was a very funny thing in my reactions. The Apothecary Diaries Season 2. Now, this I also am probably not going to read because this is a show I'm almost certainly going to be watching next year. Or I'll be reading the light novel or something. But number 9 is kind of crazy. I've heard very, very good things about this. I'm surprised it's so low down. Lord of Mysteries. This show produces such an interesting world. It mixes the steampunk Victorian aesthetic with a secret Lovecraftian underbelly. This show is just a Chinese isekai, but it was such a breath of fresh air. Very, very interesting in the future of this story. Well, they get reincarnated in China? Or is it made by like a Chinese studio? Interesting. And Takopi down in number 7. Oh my goodness, how embarrassing. This is obviously the best anime to come out this year. Insanely beautiful show. Looking back on, I find myself kind of eye-rolling at the overly sad situations the kids found themselves in. I don't think they're overly sad, but okay. But it's still very emotionally strong, so it doesn't take away from the visuals too much. Love the recontextualization in it. Of course, Heath would like that. That's very funny. Okay, lovely. My god, what a good-looking anime. Holy. Ruri Rocks. I've never heard of this in my life. Actually, maybe I have. Wait, no, I have. I've seen this character before. And this character. And I think, wait, this isn't by the studio behind, like, Mushoku Tensei studio, is it? I feel like I looked into this once. No, it's not. Oh, it is. Yeah, Ruri Rocks. Okay, damn. Goddamn studio bind, man. Like, can't they just work on Mushoku Tensei? Oh my god, you know how, you have no idea how depressed I'm gonna be if we get to next season and it's just not good animation for the bits where it needs to be. Oh my goodness. Alright. Anyway. All the scenes of Nagi driving Ruri home with a beautiful sunset in the backdrop kind of encapsulate my love of the show. We just get to see Nagi nurture for this love for mineralogy in Ruri over the season. It's very special. Interesting. Exemplary, probably. That is what I assume. It's 9 out of like 100. It's 9 out of like 100. Oh, okay. Well, that is true. Heath has seen a lot of stuff. That is true. Okay. It's a Chinese guy put into a fantasy world. Okay, that's interesting. Why the fuck is Kingdom the 6th highest anime of all time on Mal when it has only 26,000 views? Why would the number of views matter? What do you mean? Unless you're complaining it's like the most popular, the 6th most popular on the website and it has 26,000. You know, quality, not quantity, right? I mean, this and Onimai both peak, so it's okay. Mushoku Tensei gets sloppy seconds. That's obviously not true. My goodness. Mushoku Tensei is so good. And it's going to be the most tragic thing in the world if, like, as Mushoku Tensei's light novel gets way better, which is, like, undeniably true, like, the Season 2 content is way better than the Season 1 content. Season 3 content is, like, undeniably way better than Season 1 and 2. And Season 4 is, like, probably even better. Actually, is definitely better than all the stuff before it. And if the animation gets worse, and, like, people watching the anime are like, oh, you know, it kind of, like, fell off, like, as it went on. I'm like, oh, my goodness, why is this happening? I'll be so sad. But anyway. To be Hero X. I have heard about this. It looks like Arcane. But also sometimes it doesn't. Love the different art styles the show adopts over the different backstories it explores. Very fun action, probably the best of the year. The concept of the show being 24 to 25 episodes of backstory, all to lead into a Season 2 tournament arc is really cool. You know, this convinces me more to watch the show than anything I've read about it. I don't know, it sounds interesting. But best action of the year, interesting. What number was this? 5. Okay, we're in the top 5 now. How exciting. Is Onimai actually good? That one seems like more Mushoku Tensei than even Mushoku Tensei is. I don't know anything about it. I mean, obviously you're asking Heath, but I think it visually looks good. And I know Shabes made a video about it, and I think he said it was really good. Or, like, at least visually it looked really good. There were rumors that Mushoku Tensei Season 3 got delayed, so we might be in luck, Ari. Well, I hope so. But we'll see. I mean, also, I think different teams are working on these two compared to Mushoku. Well, goddamn, put the Season 1 team on Mushoku Tensei. Don't put them on the other ones, okay? I want the good team on the Mushoku Tensei one. Don't give me a Season 2 quality animation, okay? We get to the goddamn Parents episode, and everyone's raving about how good the animation is. And I'm like, oh, it's like a mediocre animation compared to, like, any of the Season 1 episodes. Oh, my goodness. But it is what it is. Remember when that Luke fight at the wedding was, like, better than anything in all of Mushoku Tensei Season 2 in terms of animation? Holy. Anyway, it is what it is. Medalist. Very heartfelt show. Was already in love. I don't know anything about this. Oh, wait. No, I don't know anything about this. I thought I did for a second. Very heartfelt show. Was already in love with it from the manga. They somehow managed to make the ice skating performances so beautiful and kinetic through really good 3D models. Hikaru's big act is always going to be something I remember. An ice skating show. You know what? I would be curious to watch this. We love ice skating. Mono. Is this like a Monogatari thing? Peak cute girls doing cute things. All the Yuru camp cameos are so... For a second, I was like, is this a Yuri thing or whatever? That'd be crazy. Feels like a sequel or spin-off. All the Yuru camp cameos are so fun and recontextualize Yuru camp in an insane way. Such beautiful shots in this, it really amazes me. I don't know, these don't look too beautiful. I mean, this looks nice. Actually, this looks really nice too. Love the directing and how they utilize the premise of the girls being the photography cinema club. This sounds interesting. I might watch this. Oh my god. Number 2. City the Animation. This is the one that's like Nichijou or whatever, right? I think. That Heath really likes. Just such an amazing show that truly captures the community from City. Really fun character interactions, batshit insane directing at times, and top tier drawings at all times. Just a super fun show that almost never lets up. This is a show that I will almost certainly not be watching. But we'll see, okay? Can you guess number 1? Wait, I don't even know. Let me think. So this was this year, I think, is what it said. Yeah, top 25 of this year. What even came out this year? I don't think I'll be able to guess because I don't know anything that came out. I personally haven't watched much. Like, Takopi is obviously my favorite. I guess before the final digest, like so far at least. It'd be really funny if it was My Hero Academia. But obviously, there's no way it would be My Hero. Because I guess it's not done yet. Would he count that? No, it's not My Hero. What else would it be? Popular anime this year. Apothecary Diaries. Could it be a movie? Like the Rias movie was in this. The Demon Slayer movie? Did Heath like the... Does Heath even watch Demon Slayer? Could Demon Slayer even be good? Like the stuff it's covering? I guess it could. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. It's either, to me, the only, because I don't know enough about anime. I feel like it can't be My Hero, obviously. It could be Demon Slayer. What else is there? I don't know. We're just gonna go. Let's see. Oh, Apocalypse Hotel, of course. Okay. Genuinely perfect show. Yachio is so funny, and seeing her look after the hotel for centuries is so charming. The evolution of the Gingaro and Yachio, coming to terms with that, the beautiful art, the raccoons, just everything is so good. Gingaro #1 in stars or something. In Milky Way, true. I feel like for some reason I had a plan to watch this at some point. I think Kyle kept saying he's gonna make me watch this. But obviously that changed, I guess. But interesting, Apocalypse Hotel. Maybe I should watch this. Now, in terms of what I'm the most interested in, let's see. I could very easily finish Witch Watch, but I probably won't, but I could. This I'm interested in, just because I've seen this girl before. Zenshu I'm going to watch. Maybe Vigilantes. This kind of sounded cool. Secrets of the Silent Witch. Maybe that. This, potentially. I will be watching this almost certainly next year. Medalist, probably. Mono, maybe. And potentially Apocalypse Hotel. There we go. That's my list. All right. All right. What am I being tagged in? Okay. Ah! Oh my god. My iPhone Air just hit my Apple keyboard. This is my keyboard, guys, by the way. Pretty cool, right? But you've never seen that before. Okay. Asmongold, hell yeah, my goat.
Today, we are doing something a little more different again. We will be reacting. Asmongold TV reacts to Nerdrotic, I think Critical Drinker? I don't really know. I watched like 2 seconds of it. I watched like 2 minutes and I'm like, the chat says he was kind of sore.
Afraid of allowing character
Cry baby Ren. Whatsoever. Freaking years.
Where's Asmongold?
Your opinion. If you like something, you like it. If you don't like
that people think that they have like this moral obligation to like basically propagandize to the public different viewpoints or different worldviews. We allowed it to work for some time. We did, and I think that it's not working anymore because it's become so. They're gaslighting us. Yeah, keep in mind, you have every right to not like something for whatever reason that you want, and nobody has the right to take that away from you. It doesn't matter. And yours truly.
what I've been saying for the longest time. And there's so many people out there that say like, you have to be positive about Star Wars. The online space is only for positive.
True. All right, everyone's cheating at chess. Let's see. What does this mean?
The Game of Kings, the ultimate battle of minds, a pure meritocracy where intellectual superiority reigns supreme, where for over 1,000 years, humans have... Sorry, I can't do
Oh, it's
this with a
her.
straight face.
High-tech
I know this lady.
anal beads vibrating in a chess grandmaster's ass.
Oh, we got the stupid.
Wait, did I watch this or did Kyle watch this? I know this. I've seen part of this.
The boa constrictor. He would slowly, methodically squeeze...
Boring. Okay. Why don't we just like make our way through this list? Maybe we'll actually finish this. My Hero Academia. Let's talk about My Hero Academia's animation. Now, I've probably seen this, so we'll skip it. Let's see.
The evolution and evolution of My Hero Academia's animation throughout the years is fascinating. The show is home to some of the best cuts of animation, period, and it was a well-organized project for a while. That's obviously not the case anymore. Let's talk about My Hero Academia's animation. Make sure to subscribe. So, as all of you know, Bones is the studio behind My Hero Academia, but there's more to it. Like most
Ooh.
major studios, Bones isn't a single entity. It has multiple sub-studios, namely
What? That's crazy.
A, B, C, D, and E. Very creative.
Damn. Studio Burns. Show me these sub-studios. Like Studio Sunrise, where some of its founders previously worked. Burns Film. Is that what it's called? In October 2024, Burns spun off its production division under a separate, wholly owned subsidiary known as Burns Film. As such, production from 2025 onwards accredited to Burns Film. I wonder why. Interesting. Burns Film is divided into smaller studios which are focused on their own anime projects. Studio A, for something, I've never heard of any of these except for Carol and Tuesday. Studio B, I've heard of Razefon, Mob Psycho, Space Dandy, okay, so this is the good one. Okay. I've heard of this team, Studio B. Studio C, well, I don't know if people, I don't know about the original Full Metal Alchemist. My Hero, Soul Eater. This is like, it seems like the mid, like, oh, this is like pretty good team. And Studio D, I don't know enough about this. It looks like B is the good one. Studio E, there's even more. Metallic Rogue, no idea what that is. And Studio F, the newest studio. It's currently working on an unknown project. Wow. Okay.
My Hero Academia has, for most of its runtime, been a Studio C project. However, the keyword there is most.
Oh my god, is it going to Studio B? I'll be so happy.
Which started off as a Studio A project and ran into its fair share of production issues like most shows do. Season 1, unlike its sequels, was a one-core show. The team in charge had just finished working on the second season of Noragami, and a 24-episode season wasn't viable. The show was, and still is to a degree, directed by Kenji Nagasaki, and the most prominent name involved with the project was character designer and industry legend Yoshihiko Umakoshi. Yutaka Nakamura wasn't involved at the time. Umakoshi's designs and supervision carried the static parts.
Whoa, is Yutaka Nakamura not in season 1? I guess he might not be. I don't remember any sequences from him. Unless he's like doing some minor sequence, or like maybe he's in like one cut during the All Might Nobu fight or something. Damn, okay.
Of the show, of which there were a lot. The designs were unique. From the harsh line art to the large eyes and the stylized facial anatomy, they looked amazing, especially so when they were corrected by Umakoshi. My Hero Academia doesn't go for that modern webgen look. It tries to maintain design consistency. The show isn't a Sakuga haven either. The amount of movement is nowhere near the likes of, say, a Jujutsu Kaisen. This is why the designs are so important. A still frame works when the drawing is fun to look at. Of course, the show does move. It has plenty of what we call Sakuga. Season 1 had 2 major highlights, one of which was Kazuhiro Miwa's contribution. He did a lot of work on Season 1, animating some incredible scenes and doing so extremely quickly. Miwa hasn't worked on MHA since Season 1, by the way. He moved on to other stuff, most notably Fire Force. The other highlight was very interesting. Episode 2 featured 4 animators, who at the time were considered young talent, hot of One Punch Man. These animators were Takumisu Nakohara, Naoki Miyajima, Itsuki Tsuchigami, and of course, Hakyu Go. Sounds familiar? It should.
Oh my god, that guy! Oh my god.
These 4 names.
I thought the Hakyu Go guy or whatever, I thought that was an old man. And I thought he'd been around for like decades, but I get, damn, okay.
Alongside Kazuto Arai, Hironori Tanaka, Toshi Sada, and more, created the first Hakyu Go episode, aka My Hero Academia episode 12. This same core team would go on to create some of the most outrageous visual spectacles ever, including Fate Apocrypha episode 22, Mob Psycho season 2 episodes 5 and 11, and season 3 episode 8, as well as the more recent Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 episodes 16 and 17. The Endeavor fight from episode 12 was an incredibly ambitious undertaking. This show simply didn't move for such
the Endeavor fight? What was that?
a long period of time prior to this. The fight was directed and storyboarded by Hakyu Go, and the sheer amount of energy packed into it was unreal. Every strike felt heavy, it was genuine chaos, and it kept building up. This was easily the highlight of the season. My Hero Academia Season 1 was a compact show. It did have its issues, but its unique aesthetic and the cathartic finale made up for it. Season 2, however, was a different story. It was 25 episodes long instead of 13, and it had plenty of changes. The TV network changed, the sub-studio in charge changed from A to C, the schedule changed from rough to good, and the staff list changed from one that didn't have Yutaka Nakamura to one that did. Season 2 was a smooth production up until the last few episodes. I didn't keep up with anime back then, so I'm going off of the Sakuga blog article.
Alright. True, Sakuga blog, we love it, alright. Metallic Rogue is such dog shit. Well, if you say so. Let me Google it. It looks okay. Hey, it looks a bit weird, art style. I don't know. AI mode. Oh my goodness. What is this? 2004 science fiction anime series. Wow, thank you. It's meant to be Burns' 20th Annie Project 2. Oh, it's a new thing? I thought it looked old. Oh, 2024. Oh boy. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Okay, well, we're done with this. Okay, we don't want to hear Sakuga Boru regurgitated by a YouTuber. Okay. Why kill the Avatar video essay?
Instinct is.
I feel like I could watch 2 minutes of this and be done with it. Let's see. Legend of Korra spoilers, guys.
The lie told by a fearful body, hoping to be wrong. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, when you base your expectations only on what you see, you blind yourself to the possibility of a new reality.
It means that when you base your expectations only on what you see, You blind yourself to the possibilities of a new reality.
Brr.
When Mike and Brian set out to write The Legend of Korra, they did so with the clear intent to create their antagonists with some sort of justification or bigger idea that would cause us, the audience, to stop and ask, are they the good guys? While the final villain of The Last Airbender was Fire Lord Ozai, a tyrannical megalomaniac with few, if any,
Okay, I feel like we've already seen this on stream. But let's watch a little more.
qualities, the antagonists of Legend of Korra offer a lot more for the viewer to consider. One of the clearest examples of this was the antagonist of the third season, Zahir. When we finally learn that the true intent of the Red Lotus is to kill Korra and end the Avatar cycle, Zahir proclaims boldly that
This band of brothers and sisters in anarchy are witnessing the beginning of an era of true freedom.
it's here that Zahir describes himself as an anarchist. To define the term extremely broadly, anarchism is a philosophy that heavily emphasizes individual freedom and is heavily skeptical of the justification of authority, especially those with political power. Anarchists often doubt whether we should even have a state or a government. In line with these anarchist beliefs, he explains to Korra that
True freedom can only be achieved when oppressive governments are torn down.
But this statement is a bit of an odd one. If Zahir's anarchist beliefs were only concerned with, quote, oppressive governments, then that leaves us with one puzzling question. Why kill the Avatar?
I feel like I have seen this on stream. Now, what was the answer? Why kill the Avatar? Why does Zahir want to kill the Avatar? Because the Avatar is the ultimate symbol of control. The Avatar is the most powerful, like, godlike being in the whole world, and as long as they exist, there will always be some hierarchy of structure under them that will then be guided by the Avatar. And I think true freedom is when there is no guiding force like that, I'm guessing, or something like that. Let's see.
After all, the Avatar is not a dictatorial tyrant oppressing people, right? Well, to answer this question, we need to understand two principles of Zahir's anarchist philosophy. The Red Lotus dreams of a world without what I am going to call for this essay, institutions of authority. It's easy to understand why Zahir would oppose monarchies. There are many people who oppose them on principle today. They're inherently unaccountable to their citizens and are historically prone to abuses of power that restrict the freedoms of their people. Zahir rightly says,
You think freedom is something that you can give or take on a whim. But to your people, freedom is just as essential as air.
But Zahir doesn't just oppose oppressive regimes like the Earth Queens. He is equally opposed to having a Fire Lord or a Water Tribe chief. Both of these are institutions of authority that are unaccountable to their citizens. The fact that Fire Lord Zuko or Chief Tonrak are benevolent does not matter to the Red Lotus. Zahir reminds Korra that
It wasn't too long ago that the airbenders were nearly all wiped out, thanks to the Fire Lord's desire for world dominance.
You see, Zahir is acutely aware of the potential of these institutions to restrict the freedoms of others in the future, and it is that potential that justifies their elimination in his mind. Foremost, the first principle of Zahir's philosophy is this. If a person is under constant potential threat of the loss of their freedom, they are not truly free. But this explanation still doesn't offer an answer as to why the Red Lotus wants to end the Avatar cycle. The Avatar by nature is not a form of hereditary power like that of a monarch, and every single Avatar is different. So where does Zahir's issue lie? After I watched through Season 3 once more, I realized that Zahir is concerned with alleviating a far more subtle kind of oppression than, say, Amon or Kuvira were, where those who are oppressed may not even realize that they are oppressed. In fact, they may willingly reinforce the institutions of authority that oppress them and those they love. This is never clearer than in Yin, Mako and Bolin's grandmother. Despite living impoverished in the lower ring of Ba Sing Se and being disadvantaged by the Earth Queen's over-extravagance and dictatorial rule, she scolds those who dare criticize Her Majesty.
Don't talk like that about Her Majesty.
Okay, so it's like the whole control thing. Okay, we love it. Why kill the Avatar? Because she's a symbol of oppression. Why is there so much Chainsaw Man stuff? Alright, let's go. Next up. So he was a crazy man who just wanted to kill people, but he was really cool, so I forgive him. Was he a crazy man who wanted to kill people? Let me think. Well, obviously he had friends and like a girlfriend. He didn't want to kill them, right? It's not like inherently like, oh, I hate all people. Like Ozai was Ozai's crazy, okay? I don't know if he ever had any friends, okay? But he is not like an Ozai. Would he have killed... I don't think he would have killed like Jinora or something. Like he would have no reason to, right? I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy.
Today I'm going to...
But yeah. I also don't even know if he like wanted to kill people. I don't remember enough, maybe. Maybe there are like details like that. What is this? An unlisted video? Wait. Okay, you know what? If it's unlisted, they probably don't want me to watch it, so I won't watch it. But that is very funny. It's on this list. Kaguya-sama. Unfaithful adaptations of King. Okay, let's see.
Kaguya-sama has what I think is the perfect anime adaptation, and not for the reasons you may think. For most people, a perfect adaptation is a faithful adaptation.
This is very funny, because this is almost certainly what people think. And it's obviously not true. but okay.
deviations of the source material being hugely berated and memed.
Dumbledore asked calmly.
But Kaguya-sama is different. Kaguya-sama is a better adaptation because of what it changes. And that's not because the manga is bad. So how does it do it? How does A1 Pictures adapt a beloved manga and have the changes it makes be beloved as well? Shinichi Omata, the director, makes use of the medium of anime with his adaptation. The man has worked in the anime industry for nearly 30 years now, and it shows. He's worked on anime like Rakugo Shinju, Madoka Magica, and
Oh, I love Madoka Magica.
delightful works of art. Art. With most adaptations, albeit usually from novels, you will undoubtedly run into the phrase, "the original was better," in any long-form discussion about it. This is seemingly a rule which governs this universe. The reason for this is usually detail. A book can have more detail than a movie or a TV show can. The draw of watching a movie adaptation is that it allows you to visually see the things you've read. Big set pieces, essentially. These two things are really hard to get right, because the lack of budget could make the set pieces look bad, or the characters could be...
That's meant to look bad? That looks sick. This makes me want to watch the Attack on Titan movie. Oh my goodness. Is that Berthold? That's crazy. Didn't the new trailer come out and they are skipping half the manga? I heard there's a new special coming out and they're like skipping some arcs so they can adapt it or something. I have no idea. I did look into Kaguya-sama a little bit because there's a movie I need to watch. Apparently the movie's canon and it's like important. And then all the people on the subreddit, like on that same post that were talking about like what's coming up, they were like, oh, you know, the manga fell off anyway, so we don't even need any more adaptations. The manga's bad now. I'm like, oh Jesus, okay.
Look bad, or the characters could be badly cast, or the cast as a whole could just be badly directed, leading to characters who share the same name as the ones you've read from a book, but are completely different. Kaguya-sama luckily has neither of these problems. All of the voices fit their respective characters, and they always speak in a way which shows an understanding of the tone of the subtext and elevates it. It also looks incredible.
Low-key true. Well, it was a very common opinion, it looked like, on the Reddit.
But I'm sure part of that is just down to Kaguya-sama being a manga first, so they already had that baseline there for how the show would look. Most anime adaptations stop here. They get the good casting and they make the show look pretty. But Shinichi Omata didn't just make the show look pretty, he made Kaguya-sama a visually interesting show to watch.
You know what? That's actually, this is crazy. It's gonna sound crazy. That is obviously why Kaguya-sama is so good. Like when I think of Kaguya-sama, I think, man, that story was like pretty good. It's like funny sometimes, but man, is it like visually like beautiful and like so engaging just visually to watch it. Like that, it is true.
I'm sure that experience comes from all the fucking hentai. No.
Wait, really? Wait. Oh no, that is actually, this is true. Not that, but like I have not seen whatever this clip comes from. There is some, apparently a big like fan service episode. I have not seen this. I probably should.
Most of the skits take place in the student council room. If the anime just had standard shots and angles, the show would get very samey very quickly. And this is where the first big improvement comes in. Visual metaphors. As part of the mind games, the setting and the lighting changes drastically. As we follow Kaguya's or Shiragane's thought process, a game of 20 questions turns into a Wild West shootout, with the questions being the bullets. But that's not all. Visual metaphors, and the use of movement, which you can only get in TV or film, is also used for the punchlines, to make them hit harder than they would if it was just a copy-paste of manga panels to anime. I think the reason this is used is to help with pacing. If you read a manga, you control the pacing. You read it at the rate to make the punches hit as fast or slow as...
I mean, I do that with the anime too. You know, I pause sometimes. I just think about it and then I think, man, I don't want to move on, so let me pause, you know?
They did. And I would argue the anime goes above and beyond with making their punchlines seem crazier, so they hit harder to account for the manga readers who are used to these skits being presented in a certain way. It throws them off, but I think that makes it funnier. Obviously, just solely relying on this would get samey as well, so the anime also likes to do things like make references. I can't believe they made Twitter into a real thing from Kaguya-sama wants to be confessed to. Be it to other anime or wider media, a great way to keep an audience engaged is by making them do this. It's something I've learned when I edit. You can't do original things every moment of a video. Sometimes you just need something to keep the pacing and that will keep the audience entertained, be that with references, or maybe putting in music so you can get to the next idea.
I don't remember any references, but okay. I guess I remember there was actually, there is one reference to Instagram in the finale of like season 2. Where they were like Instagrammable or something. I was like, whoa, Instagram, they have Instagram in the Kaguya-sama world? That's crazy.
Speaking of music, anime can add one more element than moving images. Audio. The music, sound effects, voice acting, all go above and beyond. The sound effects serve a similar purpose to the second type of visual metaphors. They serve to make a punchline hit harder. The OST does what any good OST does. Dials up the emotion the scene is trying to convey to 11. You need music to highlight the panic Shirogane and Kaguya feel? Here you go. You need a tune that shows the innocence of the characters? We have that in spades. You want music which perfectly exemplifies Ishigame's deep-seated depression and dark spiraling thoughts? Can I say it? Am I brave enough? I'm gonna say it. I think Spy Family really didn't do a good job in this regard. This was mainly a problem for me in the first episode, but stuff like this, and every instance of this, I was expecting an equally dramatic noise to accompany it. The music was good, but I already expected the whole, this is spy music. I honestly think Kaguya-sama spoiled me on that and raised the bar for all future adaptations I watch. Even those as high quality as Spy Family, because it's still a great show, and I think they did—
Is it? It had one great episode, or like one great scene, but I don't know.
a stellar job with extrapolating the castle.
Ah, I get the pun. That was funny. Estella was the thing that was shining. You know, I understood that reference. This is Estella right here, and he said stellar at the same time. Isn't that crazy?
And I think they did a—
Anyway. It's not bad, though, just a very boring final arc. Okay, damn. Why are you watching this? I'm making my way through my stream videos, okay? By the way, I can't believe I missed the stream where you guys discovered King Recon. Who's that? I don't remember this, but that sounds familiar. Oh my god. King Recon. It's a YouTuber, I'm guessing? Oh, this guy. Yeah, I like this guy. This guy's great. Yeah. Anyway. I feel like this video needs comparison to the manga to actually show the anime making choices to be different. True, but I haven't read the manga, so for me, I'm like, hell yeah, this is true. It was really good. Yeah, the adaptation was good. But amen. Spy Family sucks so much, man. It was like fine. I don't think I didn't hate it. But it was not particularly good.
stellar job with extrapolating the castle story when Anya was accepted into Eden Academy. I do like Spy Family, okay? Now, I've only spoken about what A1 Pictures has added, and not what they've taken away. Why would they take anything away, you may ask? In a word, pacing. Something I've heard the
Kageyama Season 2, that was some pacing. Oh my goodness, best paced thing I've ever seen in my life.
YouTuber Glass Reflection say time and time again, without really understanding, is that when he watches the second season of a show, he wants there to be some form of progression to what was happening in the events of Season 1. I've always thought—
oh my god, Kaguya-sama's so good at progression. Because it, like, you think it's not going to progress, and then it every season it does, and it's, like, impressive. Yeah.
Had unfair to the anime adaptations where the manga didn't have defining arcs, or when a manga might progress in the span of 18 episodes instead of the usual 12 to 13. I also wonder if he thinks it's okay for a 24 episode anime adaptation to not progress, but not okay for two 12 episode seasons of an anime adaptation to also not progress. But then I realised how the Kaguya-sama anime structures itself, and how that makes it better. Season 1 defines itself as Kaguya and Shirogane playing mind games on one another to trap the other into a confession, so that they will be the submissive one in the relationship. Kaguya wishes to be the dominant one due to her Shinomiya pedigree, while Shirogane wants to be the dominant one out of pride of being the man in a relationship, and his inferiority complex of that he'll never be Kaguya's equal if he confesses to her first. Season 2 is also about the mind games, but Kaguya and Shirogane's feelings for one another constantly get in the way of their machinations, causing them to stumble out of the nervousness at the most important part. The progress is their development of their feelings. In the third season, there are barely any mind games. Just an honest desire to have the other fall in love with them and make the most, and I mean the most grandiose of gestures to show their feelings to the other. To make this work, chapters were cut from each season, partly just to make each season end with a bang. Now, the timeline isn't the most important thing at the beginning of the manga, so for the adaptation they could have easily just moved some of the hype chapters forward to mark off each season and then carry on with what they missed for the next season. But they don't, and I think that really helps with keeping the momentum of progress going. Most, if not all, of Kaguya-sama's chapters are great. A1 could adapt all of them, and none of them would lower the quality of the series. You could replace some of the adapted chapters with non-adapted ones, and the show would be just as good. So why not adapt every chapter to have more of the anime? Because the whole—
I forgot about this girl. She exists. That's funny.
Is greater than the sum of its parts. Having a clear focus for each season makes the season itself better. If they didn't pick and choose to fit the schedule of the 12 episodes, then each season would just be 12 great episodes of Kaguya-sama, not a great season of Kaguya-sama. Earlier I said something. Now, the timeline isn't the most important thing at the beginning of the manga, and that's important to my next point. I spoke about how the Kaguya-sama anime makes itself better with its adaptation, but there is one part I think they stumbled really hard on. In Season 2, Kaguya's and Ishigami's relationship reaches a turning point. From a—
does it? I don't remember this at all.
Kaguya thinks Ishigami is a pathetic little bug man, and Ishigami is terrified by Kaguya. Into a relationship where they are just the bestest of friends, the chummiest of chums. The way this played out was that Ishigami inadvertently saved Kaguya from being forced into a confession by Shirogane after his birthday, to which she felt genuine indebtedness to. Then, during the following exam season, she tutored Ishigami because of this feeling of indebtedness. In the anime, this exam season was combined with the previous one, so there could be a full episode centered around the exams. But because of this, anime Kaguya hadn't been saved by Ishigami yet, and didn't feel this indebtedness, but instead helped Ishigami because
Aww.
which I think is a huge disservice to Kaguya's character. In the manga, she helped Ishigami as it is the Shinomiya way to repay debts, to keep her promise that she made to herself to pay him back, a promise that Ishigami had no idea about. This is a core trait of Kaguya's, which Shirogane fell in love with. But in the anime, she helps Ishigami solely for Shirogane, solely for Miyuki, which just makes her much less autonomous as a character and not give her a personality outside of Miyuki. From this point as well, Kaguya treats Ishigami a lot more nicely, partly because he keeps subverting her expectations, until they get to the point of genuine friendship. And because the anime doesn't have this starting point and then backtracks a bit, the progression and nuance of their relationship is just lost. So when we see the moment that these two are close, they make for nice scenes, but not a nice story. Would just be 12 great episodes of Kaguya-sama, not a great season of Kaguya-sama. All in all, this is the only choice I think the anime made which made it an objectively worse experience, and not a different, unlike
objectively.
all the other choices they've made which have just made it a different experience. I understand why it was done, but I don't think it was worth it. But hey, nothing can be perfect. Outside of this, I think Kaguya-sama Wants to Be Confessed To is worthwhile being experienced through both the anime and the manga. The anime for seeing the characters come to life, the insane...
Was that like, what did he, was he making a reference or something? Kaguya-sama Wannabe, is that what it's called?
But I don't think it was worth it. But hey, nothing can be perfect. Outside of this, I think Kaguya-sama Wants to Be Confessed To is worth...
Kaguya-sama Wants to Be Confessed To? Is that like another way of saying it? I've only heard Love is War. Or is that an episode title or something? Lady Kaguya wants to make him confess. Wow, interesting.
Worthwhile being experienced through both the anime and the manga. The anime for seeing the characters come to life, the insanely high production value, and the creative interpretation of the adapted chapters, while the manga promises more content and uses its medium to its greatest potential. If you've watched an original anime, you know everything has been designed
Licorice Recoil!
With the constraints and flourishes of anime in mind.
Yeah, we love
Whereas an
Licorice
adaptation
Recoil.
doesn't. And in some ways, that just makes all adapted anime on the side of a losing battle. Hell, my favourite anime is an anime original. For the way A1...
Alright guys, what is this one? What is it? What is this? Someone here knows what this is. The girl is running.
That just makes all adapted anime on the side of a losing battle. Hell.
Who is this? It has an English and Japanese name. There's big drama over it. Oh wow. It's interesting. That's why you should go with Bishoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. You know, just have both the Japanese and the English name in the title. Why not? I think that's the correctly translated title. It's interesting. A Place Further in the Universe. That's something I might watch next year. Apparently it's really good. Place Further in the Universe. Interesting. Okay.
My favourite anime is an anime original. For the way A1 puts the medium of anime in the forefront of their adaptation, puts them damn close. An adaptation should do more than just tell the same story. It should make the story a new home in the medium it is being told. That is what Kaguya-sama has shown me, and I will always be grateful for being shown such an innovative way to adapt a story to screen.
Wow. No! Wow. No! Go back. No Asmongold.
Kaguya-sama has what I think is the perfect...
I have not read the manga, but I like that as a video. That was really good, especially for a small channel. Oh, it was this channel. Mushoku Tensei is not about redemption. I guess maybe I saw this and I was like, oh, that's a good video. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, that's interesting. What else is there that this channel makes? Not that we're going to watch right now, but just for the future, you know? ReZero? Oh, no. Growing... Ooh, interesting. Growing adaptation problem. Closing thoughts on Attack on Titan. That could be interesting. Alright. Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba. True. Does that even... Is that what that means? Kimetsu no Yaiba? Probably not, right? I don't know what, Oh, God. Which of these words would be demon? Kimetsu no Yaiba. What would be the Love is War version? What would we say if it was a Japanese name? Blade of Demon Destruction. Demon Slaying Blade. Okay, Demon... close enough. Alright, Demon Slayer. We would say... Kaguya-sama wa... Kokurasetai. Tensai Tachi no Renai Zun Osen. We'd say that in English, okay? Lovely. Thank God we have an English translation for it. Okay. What actually is a deconstruction? Alright, next up.
Here are the first 5 reviews
I love
of
Monaco.
Magi Madoka Magica I found on Mal.
Oh my God.
Here are the first 5 reviews of Quello Magi Madoka Magica.
We have the first person ever, I'm sure there's other ones, to pronounce the name correctly. Except I don't know why he cut it short.
Here are the first 5 reviews of Quella Magi Madoka Magica.
Wait, no, he didn't. He said Magi. I thought he said something else. Oh my god, never mind. Oh yeah, let's keep going.
Here are the first 5 reviews of Quella Magi Madoka Magica I found on Mal. Care to guess how many times I mentioned the word deconstruction? 16. An unscientific measure to be sure, but it illustrates how tied together the two are. No review of the show is complete without the phrase deconstruction of the magical girl genre, or so it seems. But is Madoka even a deconstruction? What does the term actually mean? Will people stop using it to describe everything? Today I look to answer these questions and more as we put a nickel in the buzzword swear jar and dive into the spiraling world of deconstructions.
I never, ever need to see an intro like this, okay? If one of you out there are inspired by me somehow and you go and make YouTube videos, do not put an intro like this in your video. I don't need to see it. The only thing it does is that I press L on my keyboard and I miss part of your video, okay? So don't ever do this, ever.
Anywhere in today's anime community without seeing it. Fans love to slap it on every show they can as if it's some sort of automatic appraisal. By merely mentioning the word, you've booked the show's ticket to greatness. Yes, every year a new slate of series get their seat at the cool kids table that is anime deconstructions, with little regard for the term's true meaning and whether it fits. Thanks to its constant overuse and misdiagnosis, the mere mention of the word sends a collective groan through the other side of the community, making me feel as if I have to tiptoe around it whenever I come across a show that actually...
Okay, let me think. What is a deconstruction? To me, if someone said, oh, this show is a deconstruction, I'd be like, oh, so they like take tropes and they like do something different than what you'd expect with it. That'd be my guess. I don't know what the word actually means, like in a dictionary or whatever, but that's my understanding of the term. So Madoka Magica is a deconstruction because it takes the magical girl tropes and then just does something different. So I don't know, but let's see. What's the true thing?
It does fit. While deconstruction may have gone the route of other now meaningless buzzwords like pretentious and overrated, we can still try to parse through it and maybe see why I wish it would just go away. But before we can do that, we first need to understand what deconstruction means. The term deconstruction in the context of literature was first introduced in Jacques Derrida's 1967 work Of Grammatology, in which he contends words only have meaning because of the associations or relations with one another which we assign to them. A deconstruction, then, is concerned with breaking them apart, examining how they come together through their relations, and in doing so, giving them new perspective and meaning.
Oh god. Philosophy, let me think. Words only have meaning because of their relations. A deconstruction is when you... What?
Because of the associations or relations with one another which we assign to them. A deconstruction, then, is concerned with breaking them apart, examining how they come together through their relations.
So taking words apart.
And in doing so...
Seeing how they... Examining their relations. What does that have to do with stories? This is to do with words, right?
Giving them new perspective and meaning. When you use it in reference to anime, we're
yeah, this is what I'm interested in, okay.
generally referring to genre deconstruction, like...
What does that do with word deconstruction? I'm so confused. Why would that apply to this? Wait, genre deconstruction would be taking about the tropes and seeing how they relate or something?
Like in the case of Madoka Magica. But what makes a genre? Like Derrida described language, it's all about association. Genres are built off the tropes, archetypes, writing styles, story structures, common themes, etc., shared by a particular group of works. If you've watched enough of a genre, you develop a feel for how it usually goes. When you watch a rom-com, for example, there are expectations of what you're about to see, from the will-they-won't-they main duo to the possible love triangle and even a beach episode. That's how we classify shows into these categories, by looking at the trends found between them. A deconstruction then takes the genre and breaks it down into its individual ideas, before applying them with a real-world perspective. Seeing how these characters and tropes would behave...
A real-world perspective? What does that mean? Where did that come into any of this?
Ideas, before applying them with a real-world perspective. Seeing how these characters and...
Wait, is this like the fake definition or the real? Wait.
That's how we classify shows into these categories, by looking at the trends found between them. A deconstruction then takes the genre and breaks it down into its individual ideas, before applying them with a real-world perspective. Seeing how these characters and tropes would behave without their fictional backbone to prop them up.
What does that have to do with the original definition of deconstruction? I don't get the real... Where does the realness come in? This is crazy. 9 years ago sounds about right. Oh, no, true. Oh my god, I watched a 9-year-old video. But true, maybe the definition has changed since then. Oh my goodness. What you described is just subversion, yeah? Probably, yeah. It's probably like a, like subversion is probably a more general sense of the word, right? Like subversion can apply to anything. But I guess when I think of deconstruction, I think like it's specifically applied to tropes within a show, or expectations of a show, like in terms of tropes. But yeah, you could probably say subversion equally well, right? There's probably no proper use of word deconstruction. There's probably no proper use of the word deconstruction into media. Like in food, it just means taking the dish apart. You can't really take a genre apart. It's silly. Maybe. The only reason I'm hesitant to say like, yeah, that's probably true, is that there's like a giant like whole there's like a whole, you can spend your life being like a literary researcher or whatever, right? So it's probably like a whole field of like terminology, and people just, there's like definitions for these, but I don't know if this YouTuber knows it, and I obviously don't know it. But there's probably like something about this, right? Unless like someone just made it up. Unless it is just like stemming from the deconstruction, like philosophical term about words. But I don't know how the real world application has anything to do with it. I don't know. Problem for later, but okay, interesting. Well, not really. All right. So what is a deconstruction? I don't, who knows? And I don't know. The greatest anime fight never made. Hisoka versus Crawler. All right, let's find out. Is it better than a particular fight in JJK? Probably not, but let's see.
Do you remember this scene?
俺はお前と戦えない。俺は奴にジャッジメントチェーンなる鎖を心臓に刺されて。
I do remember the scene. He freaks out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all disappointed we never got to see it. And then the anime ended.
So I don't care. I don't get. Damn. I don't think I ever really was invested in Crawler versus Ahsoka. I was like, that'd be cool, but I don't really care that much. Damn.
Until the manga dropped this.
Oh my god.
That's right. For everyone expecting the anime to come back, you might have to wait like 20 years minimum, but one of the best fights in the entire series already dropped. And it dropped out of nowhere. So let's give a little context. After the events in the anime, the gears start shifting towards a dark continent, which was hinted at by Jing.
Damn.
The arc being set up as a boat journey to go.
What the hell is this thing? This looks like a One Piece thing. Jesus.
There, led by Beyond Netero. In the middle of all this, one of the chapters randomly shows up at Heaven's Arena, where Ahsoka and Chrollo are already beginning a deathmatch. Now, obviously, this fight's already been hyped up, so can it live up to the hype? First, let's talk about some of the components that make Hunter fights so great. It says about 3 key things behind every fight that makes it entertaining. 1, the strategy.
Sure.
Characters are always fighting with an insane amount of strategy behind every move. Togashi highlights their inner thoughts and how they can outsmart their opponent. This means fights can be won by weaker people depending on how they take the fight. 2, Nen. Nen abilities are so diverse and intricate that when used in a fight, they're able to use their ability in so many different creative ways to defeat their opponent. 3, stakes. Now this is an obvious one, but the stakes of a fight end up contributing a lot to its entertaining factor. It doesn't matter if it's actually world bending or not. It matters more.
Wait, is he going to say the most important of all of this, which is build up? Which I guess is what he's saying about like the investment or whatever.
What it means for the characters in question. Now let's talk about how these factor in this fight. Chrollo is one of the most intelligent Nen users in the whole series. He manipulates so many different abilities using Bandit's secret. This means he can coordinate any abilities he thinks will put him at an advantage. Hisoka's determination to fight no matter what is a perfect pairing to Chrollo. It makes this fight a lot more...
Okay, let's... Have you even read this? No, I have not read anything post-anime. But it is probably true that it's going to get animated in like 20 years, so I don't really care about spoilers at this point. Don't spoil this fight, please. Oh wait, have you not read it? God, JJK wants to be Hunter x Hunter so bad. It's almost certainly true. I don't really care about spoilers for Hunter x Hunter. Like, the fights are like good, but I'm more invested in like the characters and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, we're done with that. The best horror, insane animated works you don't know about. This will be like a 2-minute watch, then we're done with this. It's really good. Don't spoil it for yourself. Damn. I mean, I know some things. Like already. Like, I know Bisky comes back or something. What on earth is this? And why is it not loading? Was that Chainsaw Man? No, it's just some random song. At least JJK is finished, lol. True. Oh my goodness. And we'll get an adaptation of it, and it's going to be high quality. Barely, lol. Wow. The game... Oh yeah, the Game Awards happened. Not that I play any games, so I don't know anything about them. The Game Awards 2025, but just Miss Piggy and the Muppets. Oh boy.
All right, we have many more game announcements to come. Going to be hard to top that one, but right now we have a very special guest I'd like to bring out. Please welcome Miss Piggy.
Why did they do this? This is like a show from like the 70s or something, right?
Oh, to all of you gaming fans out there, and hello to you, my little Jeffy Poo. Piggy, it is so great to have you here at the Game Awards, and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Oh, you know I would never turn down an invitation from you.
What on earth is it? What is this? Why is this a thing?
Yeah, lost track of time.
Why does the Game Awards give the Muppets more of a platform than Disney? True. Okay. Because the Muppets are goated? I don't know anything about the Muppets. I know Kermit the Frog.
All right.
Okay. When I think of the Muppets, I think, man, this was like a thing when my parents were a kid. Like a long time ago. And I think, man, that's like such an old thing. I don't know. I can't believe Apex Legends 2 was the last announcement. There were announcements? They like announced games and stuff? Wait, they were going to announce like a Baldur's Gate studio thing, right? My friend told me that. Do you have no soul? Only when it comes to fake characters that we're meant to believe a real character. They're not going to trick me. This isn't a real pig. God. All right. I already went through the Game Award winners when I woke up this morning. And that game that looks terrible, which I will never play, the Expedition 33, apparently that won everything. But my god, does it look boring. Show me the winners. So, Game of the Year. I don't think there's anything that I've played. Like, Expedition 33 I haven't played. No Man's Sky got the best ongoing game. If I'm remembering correctly... Let me... Okay. Give me a second. Let me check my Steam. Because I think I tried to play No Man's Sky, but I might be thinking of something else. And the developers were so incompetent that I left a bad review. So let me check if it's this game or I'm thinking something else. But first we have to load Steam. And my god, because the monopoly Steam has, they can get away with their terrible loading time. Because they have no competition. How do I find the reviews I've left? There's probably no way, right? No Man's Sky. Oh my god, it's half price. Is that because it like won an award? Oh yeah, I left a bad review. What did I say? Oh my god. Oh yeah, because it doesn't work with Bluetooth headphones. I said, doesn't work with my Bluetooth headphones. What an incredibly blah, 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 you know? Embarrassing. It's not good. All right, let me close Steam now. Uma Musume won the mobile game, which is cool. That's a game I've heard of. I don't know any of these. Some Donkey Kong won a family game. Oh, the accessibility award. Miller said he like doesn't like this award or something. But Doom, the Dark Ages one. Okay, cool. GTA 6. Oh my god, most anticipated. What else is there? 007 First Light. Never heard of it. Marvel's Wolverine. Never heard of it. Resident Evil. I know that franchise. And The Witcher 4. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Counter-Strike 2. Okay, we love that. All right. True. Cool. Whoa, I thought this was... never mind. Miss Piggy jokes about how her and Jeff Kayleigh fucked. It's cute. Oh my goodness. I don't know who that is. This morning. True, it was this morning. You know, if the sun is up, it's morning, okay? And then when the sun is down, it's evening. Right now, it's evening. You know, I'm top 5,000 on the global Uma Musume server. I didn't know that, but I'm so glad. I'm honored to be in your presence. That's lovely. I opened that game once on Steam, and then I closed it because it was too complicated.
Let's talk about insane animation.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's look at the 1988 film Alice by Jan Schreckmeyer. Not to discredit it, but it is a terrifying retelling of the Alice in Wonderland story. Disney's Alice in Wonderland is a film that many people may look to when thinking of weird or insane animation. But this is insane for Disney. The 1988 film Alice rips away the comforting, hand-drawn animation style of the Disney version and replaces it with stop motion and live action. The final product is uncanny and, to say the least, horrifying. Truly, no one warned me about this shit, and it kept me up for weeks when I first watched it. This is the type of animation I want to talk about today. There are countless amazing new animated movies coming out each year that push how unique animation can be on the big screen. But of course, there are 10 times...
We'll see the timestamps. So stop motion, I'm not going to watch a single stop motion thing. Small creators, that could be cool.
Check it out. Stop motion is incredible in every sense of the word, but it has a lot of limitations. Digital and hand-drawn animation is where it is taken to another level of beauty and imagination.
Ping
It's
pong.
insane to see with your own two eyes, but some of the best animation I've seen comes from single artists working from what I can only assume is their bedroom. Number one example, Joni Peppers. If I could give my soul to anyone, it would be Joni.
Alright, I don't care. Show me the digital animation.
Masaki Yuasa. The
Devilman Crybaby.
completely overlooked animation director responsible for the popular anime Devilman Crybaby. Amazing show, but where his animation really shines is his movies. The most obvious example is Mind Game, another movie with a plot as insane as its animation style. It combines lots of different styles to create this surreal and magical world. It contains the best representation of the beauty in relationships and sex I've ever seen on film. Just look at this. Also, Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and Inuo are also must-watches from him. Both movies contain some of the most groundbreaking animation in the last 10 years.
Oh, I wonder if that's true. That looks kind of interesting. Okay. Damn, Ghost in the Shell. Okay. Cool. Give me a second. Okay. Look at us, we're making such great progress. We can just knock off all these videos and all the boring ones I don't have to look at again. The Last of Us, it's not just season 2. It was 40 minutes. I think I'll watch 5 minutes of this.
When the first season of The Last of Us came out, I was in what many professional YouTubers would call a good position for the algorithm. There was this popular show receiving a ton of praise from both the critical world and the world of everyday viewers that I was basically not a fan of at all. You could even say that I hated it, and I was ready to drop this nuclear take on my unsuspecting viewers. Oh, how the contrarianism would prove irresistible, and views would start flooding in left and right. But this was also unrelated. A pretty bad period in my life, and I started to worry that I was maybe bringing my own personal baggage into my critical assessment of the show. That in fact, everyone else's enjoyment of it stoked a spiteful fire within me that I was a mere 15 minutes of babbling into this here Rode condenser mic away from unleashing into the world. So I bit my tongue, and I didn't make the video. Well, season 2 just came out. My life is certainly better now, and guess what? The show still sucks. It wasn't me. Before I really get into this, I want to issue a disclaimer I wouldn't normally think to add, but The Last of Us is one of those discursively radioactive properties that people get way too nasty about until it becomes a serious, real-world problem. So I just want to say at the start here that I attribute none of the show's failure to Bella Ramsey, and I don't
Okay. We don't need to do this. Okay. Show me the channel. What do they make? A bunch of boring videos, it looks like. Okay. Oh, Blonde! Blonde is a fundamental failure. Hell yeah, let's see.
Andrew Dominik is a man of few films, a director who generally likes to take a lot of time on his narrative work, which has had a reputation of initially underperforming, but being eventually reclaimed on account of its technically meticulous merits. He's probably best known for the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, which explores the relationship between a public figure in American mythos and their life divorced from legend. It's also probably the work most thematically married to Dominik's latest film, Blonde. If you somehow didn't know what Blonde was after all the buzz about its NC-17 rating, or its polarizing debut at Venice, then you probably know it from the damning interview Dominik did with Christina Newland, which recently came out and made quite the splash. His comments, which are at best dismissive and at worst downright scornful, outlined some of the thinking behind the movie's more head-scratching qualities, and illuminated how his approach set itself up for failure from its very conception. This is a film that, like the Joyce Carol Oates book it's adapting, sets out to explore the psyche of Marilyn Monroe, or rather to use Monroe as a vehicle for a more universal psychological exploration, tracking the process of how someone who, not just on the surface, but deeply
Oh god, I mean, someone can go through the review with Kyle, I guess, if you really care. I feel like just now, I don't know if I cared about the psychology element, like, at all. I didn't, like, I like the society element, like, the critiquing that. Or, like, being maybe, like, a woman in a man's society, like, that thing. But, like, the psychology of the character, I don't think I cared about that one bit. But reflecting on Attack on Titan almost 5 years later, this could be interesting. It's crazy, it's only been 5 years. It feels like it's been so much longer. Oh my god. How are you going taking social media off your kids? Oh, I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry. But I don't know if that happened yet. I think it did, because on Twitch I see like there's a banner at the top now saying like it's ending or something, like they're closing accounts that are not old or something. But this ban has not affected me whatsoever in any way, so I'm happy, I guess. But we'll see.
Attack on Titan's manga ended with chapter 139.
Bro, why is he starting off so intense? Joris, calm down, holy.
Attack on Titan's manga.
Does he always start off this intense? He's like, Attack on Titan's like, Jesus, man. Okay, wait. Let's see another one. My bro's got a whole edited intro here. Okay, wait, show me another one. Here we go.
Several words come to mind when you think of Ambessa Madara.
Yeah, this one was okay. I don't know why this one's so intense, but okay. It's because it's so passionate about Attack on Titan, okay?
Attack on Titan's manga ended with chapter 139 in
That just cracks me up, I don't know why. Anyway. Man, I keep crying thinking about Sukuna, so tragic. It is true, oh my goodness. If only he loved instead of hated or whatever.
April of 2021, which, if I'm mathing correctly, means that at the time of recording this video, it has been nearly 5 years since Isayama formally put his pen down. It's scary that it's been that long to me, and yet it feels strangely right considering the sheer amount of things that have happened in that time span, as well as the amount of time I've needed to sort through my multitude of feelings for such a divisive, multifaceted ending. When the final chapter released, it seemed like the world was falling apart from within the confines of my little sphere of the internet. People who had long since turned on the story laughed and taunted that the series had undeniably fumbled the ending, even longtime fans felt confused and conflicted, and there were very few who had fully settled feelings on it in the immediate aftermath. I myself felt mixed about the ending. I really loved chapters 137 and 138, and felt a little baffled by elements of 139, and so despite loving other aspects of it, I couldn't say that I finished the chapter saying, man, Isayama nailed it. However, despite being mixed on it, I decidedly stood on the positive side of the fence and ultimately concluded after collecting my thoughts that it was a good, albeit flawed, ending.
The worst of all the positions to be in. We hate it. Let's see. Now that it's like had time to settle, I wonder what like the IMDb scores after these episodes. Is it part of season 4? I don't even know. Unknown? I'm curious the final 2. So 9, or final 3, no, final 2. 9.5, okay, and then 8.9. Okay, so like pretty universally loved. 82,000 votes is crazy. This show, I can't believe how popular this show is. Holy, what's like a comparable, like, I don't even know what would be comparable. Like, not even My Hero. What's like a, what do you think would be a super, like, what, is there any anime that would have more votes than like 82,000? Maybe like Demon Slayer or something? What's like, I don't even know what's super popular. Like, it can't be too long because people that aren't going to go to IMDb to vote. Bro, less than 10k. How is it so popular? Maybe One Punch Man, season 1. That could have a lot of votes on each episode. Whoa. No, this doesn't have anything either. Who knew Attack on Titan was so popular on like the mainstream sites like IMDb? Oh my god. Thank God he hasn't picked it back up. With Attack on Titan? That'd be funny. Why didn't he wait until exactly 5 years? Why did he bother putting almost in the title? Like, just, no one's gonna care if it's not 5 years, I don't think. I hate this man, damn. Why are anime fans so obsessed with IMDb lately? It's super weird. I think people in general, just anyone who is in any fandom ever, this applies to like Doctor Who or The Legend of Korra or Avatar The Last Airbender or, you know, Attack on Titan or One Piece or Free Ren, or all they care about is being like #1 on their website, okay? It doesn't matter the website, doesn't matter if it's IMDb, doesn't matter if it's My Anime List or Letterboxd, they just want to, they're gonna go, okay? They care about every website that has ratings on it, okay? Acting like these ratings are from people who use IMDb and not just from post campaigns to get it to the top of the site. That is true. These are definitely going to be from campaign things, but obviously it's going to correlate, right? It's not going to be, obviously these are not exactly what people think, but yeah. That Izayama hasn't picked up his pen. Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. What a sad thing. Surely there has to be something. What is like an anime? This IMDb. Attack on Titan is not the most popular anime, okay, on IMDb. There's no way. $600,000, man. IMDb most popular anime. No, not user rating. Oh my god. Number of ratings. No, that's ascending. But this is not anime. Oh wow, it actually is more popular than Death Note. Man, what a world we live in. What about on Mal? Oh my god, for some reason I just didn't think it was this popular, but I guess it is. It's the most popular anime on both IMDb and Mal. What about AniList? Okay, you know what? I guess it is universally the most popular anime. I don't know why I doubted it. I figured there'd be something more popular, but I guess not. One Piece does have some high ones, but not as high. Damn. Nothing Happened being the highest rated episode, Lamal. Nothing Happened. What What does that even mean? Nothing happened being the highest rated episode? What is that, an episode of Attack on Titan? Nothing happened? I don't even remember that. I don't know what Mill's talking about. Alright. What's on the top of Mal at the moment? Is it still... Wait, is the Reese movie still that high up? No way, right? That's so funny if it is. Bro, it's still in number 2. The Reese movie is the second best animated thing ever made. Holy. Crazy. But you know what? So be it, okay? It is what it is. The idea of someone rating every single episodes of every show they watch on IMDb. You know, I might have done that at some point. I don't remember. If I log into my account, I might have some ratings for episodes. But okay, let's go.
Now in the present day, years later and with the ending of the anime to chew on, I've sorted out my feelings definitively and feel somewhat different than I did back then. And I kind of want to talk about the series as a whole, reflecting briefly on all of the arcs, making notes of the characters, some differences between the adaptation and the source.
See, I don't know enough about this guy, but the tide on Attack on Titan has obviously changed with the adaptation of the anime, where the overwhelming majority of just normal people think it's really good. But I don't know if this guy cares about like that. Maybe he'll just double down and make it, or actually go the other end, whereas like he doesn't like it more or something.
My feelings on all of it, and so on. Attack on Titan is an iconic, pivotal pop culture giant celebrated worldwide that will always have resonance. To this day, you will have the loudest of insecure people calling you a coper for enjoying the ending and thinking that it's a wonderful story, spewing all manner of bizarrely cruel insults at Mikasa and Isayama and Eren and Armin, maybe in this very comment section. And I think that's a statement of how enduring the work is. And of course, there's the
True. We still care about it. That is very funny.
Same sort of energy in the opposite direction from the
Remember that guy?
In all manner of bizarrely cruel insults at Mikasa and Isayama and Eren and Armin, maybe in this very comment section. And I think that's a statement of how enduring the work is. And of
Where is he?
course, there's the
This guy, remember him? He looks like Armin. It's crazy.
Same sort of energy in the opposite direction from those who love the ending directed to those who don't. People who feel strongly about this series will likely never experience those feelings fading, whether that be positive or negative. And I kinda love what that says about the story. It is evergreen, and it was clear from the start that it was never going to please everyone anyway.
Oh my god. It's a recap thing? Oh my goodness. He tricked me. He got me.
Are key. Eren's deeds were wrong, but his sentiment...
I can't believe he got me. I thought it was going to be like some opinion on the ending, but no, we're going to do the whole story. Alright, anyway. Are you thinking he's going to say anything negative? It was my fault for thinking he was going to say anything at all. I didn't realize he was going to go over every single arc and give his opinions on it. Alright. Alright, I think we can watch one more, okay? The stream's been going a while. It's almost 10 o'clock. Alright. Everyone, no, we saw that. I did the programming one. What the internet did to Jujutsu Kaisen. The only reason I don't want to is that I don't have JJK spoilers in the title, so I don't necessarily want to do that. But that's everything, so I guess we have to. So guys, this will be JJK, and when I say JJK, I mean Sorcery Battle, also known as Jujutsu Kaisen. Spoilers. For the manga, specifically, okay? Start. Dame.
If you thought Gojo West, Malevolent Homelessness, and GTA Gojo might be something you...
You know what is the best thing ever? When I go on TikTok, and the Lady Gaga Judas song is like in a TikTok, and then you go to the comments, and it's all like Gojo versus Sukuna, just like edits, or not edits, like GIFs or whatever. It's very funny.
Never imagine in your wildest fever dreams. Well, let me tell you, the insanity is only going to get worse. Once upon a time, Jujutsu Kaisen used to be a very innocent and cheerful manga with goofy characters, equally odd villains and plot. But something...
Thank God it isn't that anymore. Oh my god.
...flipped in Gege's head. Who knows why Yakutami started to hate his fanbase? Who knows why he decided to traumatize us by killing half of the cast? But one thing's for certain, the fanbase didn't take it lightly. Unlike other communities who would have just buckled under this pressure, the JJK fanbase seemingly overnight spawned hundreds of memes, sketches, animations, and parodies in hopes of dulling them.
That's the GIF. I see this on TikTok. People comment this.
Pain.
But I assure you, it's a great plan.
Oh, it's a shower thought, I see. I thought we talked about this.
What? The madness spawned by the manga and the anime, ironically covering two of the most depressing arcs at the same time, created a rabbit hole way deeper than you could possibly imagine. Original memes got remixed on something else, and those remixes further got remixed, sparking a never-ending chain reaction of the fanbase mimifying every single painful frame until it was unrecognizable. The rabbit hole goes so deep, in fact, that I somehow managed to not only find, but also interview the man who popularized the infamous Joe Goat illustration. Now the real question arises. How the fuck did we get here? There are many factors at play here, with each meme tying back to certain events.
How did we get there? I'm gonna say Reddit. It was probably Reddit. This feels like a Reddit thing. And I would assume weekly watching of the anime, which eventually led to them reading the manga, which then became weekly memes of the manga. I don't know. Wow, a video about how cool JJK memes are, how entertaining. It was about the history. This is how it became the meme it is, you know? Can you please stop watching this? Absolutely not. This guy is actually 12. No way he interviewed the guy. I know, I'm so excited. Oh my god.
Within the manga and the anime simultaneously. So join me as we dive into this cursed, never-ending landscape of Jujutsu Kaisen.
You are my special. Whoa, he got an original cover just for his video. Oh no, I don't think he did. I think he's just crediting them, right? Well, auto-dubbed. Audio tracks for... Oh my god. Why are we watching it in English? What else have we got? Is it Japanese? Oh my god, let's hear him in Japanese. Oh, this is so much better. Bro, the auto-dub censors the swear words? That's very funny. There's no way. That can't be a thing. There's no way it censors the swear words. Or did he do it? Maybe he did in the original, actually. Wait, now that I think about it. Wait, we gotta hear this.
Only find, but also interview the man who popularized the infamous Joe Goat illustration. Now the real question arises. How the fuck did we get here?
Oh, it kind of... Okay, it's like kind of censored already. Okay. Wow. What else is there? German.
Hier spielen nicht mehr wiederzuerkennen war. Das Kaninchenloch ist tatsächlich so tief, dass ich es irgendwie geschafft habe, den Mann, der die berüchtigte Chogot-Illustration populär gemacht hat, nicht nur zu finden, sondern auch zu interviewen. Nun stellt sich die eigentliche Frage, wie zum Teufel sind wir hierher gekommen? Hier spielen viele Faktoren eine Rolle, da jedes Meme gleichzeitig auf bestimmte Ereignisse im Manga und im Anime verweist. Begleitet mich also, während wir in diese verfluchte, endlose Landschaft von Jujutsu Leser und die
Eröffnungssequenz 3 ist zwar fantastisch, aber die 4. Sequenz ist der Knaller. Das Cover mit dem Titel Specials von King News passt.
Okay. Interesting.
With the OP, it captures its sheer chaos and...
What are we up to?
Kenjaku is the mother of Yuji. So
what?
Calling him Fraudkuna. Fraudkuna, really? This isn't the only cringy term going around recently, but there's another term related to Kenjaku. If you're unfamiliar with the manga, or have simply forgotten, bless your soul, Kenjaku is the mother of Yuji, so the fanbase likes to roast him with the following. Kenjaku had to take the white splash so that Yuji could use the black flash. Holy shit. This isn't even the wildest part of the video, by the way. Back to the fight. Sukuna got even more slandered by the fact that Gojo was still whooping his ass, making 400 IQ moves like maneuvering.
What is this? I thought okay, I guess I skipped 2 minutes and I skipped the whole history.
Fits so well with the OP, it captures it brilliantly. It basically foreshadows like half of the cast's death.
Why are we reviewing the opening?
Now with all that considered, how could you possibly make this opening funny? MS Paint. Openings run the style of MS
I see.
That's how you get Kanye West and it's... God, bro. Malevolent kitchen incident. It's not even paint, this is wrong!
Alright. Last one, and then we're done. Can Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 fix the manga? What is there to fix? It's a perfect manga. Let's see.
Not very long ago, Jujutsu Kaisen was one of the most hyped up and loved stories out there. Everyone was watching this shit and everyone loved it. But it's
The joke is porn, true. 21 minutes? Yeah. Bro, memes are important, you know? We gotta document them.
Point as the manga continued on, that love kind of shifted to the point where you nowadays see a ton of hate and frustration towards the story, particularly after the ending. Now, it wouldn't be the first time something like this has happened. The Attack on Titan finale was largely hated on by manga readers, but when it came out in the anime, even though there were some changes, the end
We watched this last stream. It's coming back to me.
It was basically the same, and yet the perception was largely positive. Even a lot of people that hated the ending in the manga had a complete 180 after seeing the anime because it was so well animated and the music was so good.
Is this nigga serious?
I think it's fair to say that a lot of these people don't really like manga.
I wish that was the dub. I don't want to see what they said for that in the dub.
That much compared to anime and just switched to it because they really wanted to see what happened in the story. Similarly, the hate and criticism towards Jujutsu Kaisen really started to build
The Hayden Christensen, oh my god.
A little after season 2 ended, which is the natural point where anime onlys would switch to the manga. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only reason why the perception of Jujutsu Kaisen got so much worse.
Wait, I did watch this last time. He's just talking about people like the anime and then they read the manga. Culling game, so funny, tournament arc without anything good about a tournament arc. I guess technically it is a tournament arc. That is funny to think about. It does not feel like a tournament arc. I watched something with a tournament arc. Oh, well, I'm not going to say anything, but I watched Slime. Slime had like a tournament arc. How Denji and Bond fell in love. Bond. Isn't that... Oh, it's the dog in Spy Family. What happened here?
I want to show you something. I've been talking about it for a while, but I don't think I've ever shared footage of it. And this is a little behind the scenes of Iron Lung, so it's not spoilery, but it's kind of...
I don't care. Oh, it's her.
It's really hard to make an anime better than the original manga. You really have to do it right to be better than the original source, which is almost impossible to do.
This is tying in our theme about that video we watched about Kaguya or something. This is lovely.
There are a few anime out there who have done it, and today I'm
Bro, if she says Kaguya or something, no way.
About Angelic Lair.
All right.
The original manga.
How's she doing? Let's see. Still that one video. Look back. Let's see.
It was announced a little bit ago that we're getting a live action look back movie, and I'm not excited for it.
What?
Obviously, the movie is going to be amazing.
Neither am I.
The manga is already so strong. Koreeda is directing it. It's going to be good. I would honestly be more shocked if it was bad. The animated movie was amazing, and
True.
I'm honestly really sick and tired of movie studios making live action adaptations of animated movies. I think they're so unneeded. Yes,
Just who cares? Just don't watch it if it's unneeded, right?
they introduce the story to a new audience who is so immature that they won't give a story a shot just because it's animated, because they think it's for kid or whatever the reasons are. I think we need to stop accommodating to that audience if they want to make
Amen. Anime is not for the tourists, okay? Based on its statement, it seems like Koreeda discovered Look Back all on his own and decided he wanted to adapt it, and that's, for me, is enough to already make an incredible film based on the manga. Okay, true, okay. Ay. Are you breaking your One Piece promise? No, I'm definitely watching an episode of One Piece this year. Why do you think I'm trying to get through my goddamn Slime and ReZero and Zenshu so I can finally get to One Piece? My goodness. I'm breezing through these shows. I'm sick of them making anime of manga. Shut Up Woman, the live action is not based on an anime. Well, I mean, it might be, right? We have no idea. Ugh. Unless Mila has some secret knowledge. Let's see. Wikipedia. Look back. Movie. Well, probably just Look Back. No, it's not going to be an article for Look Back, is there? Here, Look Back manga. A live-action film was announced. It is set to be produced by K2 and directed by them. Let's see. In December 2025, it was announced that Tatsuki Fujimoto's 2021 one-shot manga Look Back will be adapted into a live-action film. So it does look like they're adapting the manga. With this person serving as the director. Let's see. Who is this person? Well, I'm not going to know a single thing. Monster. What is it? Live-action monster? True. Well. The film is the first live-action adaptation of Fujimoto's work and comes out after the manga's 2024 anime adaptation. Kensei Nakayama is the assistant director, and Yuta Bando will compose the film's music. Alright. Korei Eda, who's the director, discovered Look Back after seeing its cover at a bookstore at Shinagawa Station and being attracted to a figure's back. That's kind of true, actually. That's probably the first thing I ever saw about Look Back too. He read the manga in one sitting and felt the desperate resolve behind it, adding, "I could feel almost painfully that Mr. Fujimoto simply couldn't move forward without creating this piece. For me, Nobody Knows was this kind of work." Koide approached Korei Eda with an offer to adapt the manga into a live-action film. After receiving the offer and meeting Fujimoto, Korei Eda said that he had no choice but to do it. Look Back was primarily filmed already, in Nikaho, Akita, and was in the editing process at the time it was announced. Interesting, okay. I don't think I've ever seen a well-adapted, like, small-budget anime film. Alita Battle Angel, that was good, but I haven't seen the original, so who knows. Can they please make a Look Back novel already? I need more Look Back. That would be kind of cool, actually. Like a light novel? I don't know about a full novel. It's probably not enough for that, but a light novel would be cool. I'd definitely read that. Imagine a light novel of, like, Chainsaw Man. That'd be kind of cool. Tourists. I read it day one when it came out online. Well, you read it online? You didn't just wait and read it when it came out physically? What are you doing? My god, you didn't get a copy of Shonen Jump? Or I don't even know where it was published initially, but holy. Alright, Miller sent one more thing. Also, I'm getting an alarm on my phone like every day, but I just never feel like doing it because I have to watch ReZero right now is my latest thing. But it tells me, Ari, you need to record a My Hero Academia character tier list because right now My Hero is very popular and you'll probably get at least like 200 views. So one of these days, expect that, I guess, but we'll see. Dragon Ball Magic. Oh my god, totally not Mark. And Team 4-star.
On a flashback, in the Demon World's throne room sits Dabra. Degazu stands calmly by his side when suddenly a familiar figure reaches out across the floor.
You know what I don't like about this? Whose channel is this on? How do we know? Is it the first person credited? I would assume. Yeah, totally not Mark. Okay.
It's Babidi. We don't hear the details of the conversation, but we do see Degazu's concerned reactions in the final line.
What is this art? Did someone do this? Wait, is this a Dragon Ball Daima thing? Wait, what? Dragon Ball Daima was an incredible series, but for one reason or another didn't fully connect with the wider audience. Interesting. So there's art by this person, whoever this is. Please don't be noticed. Don't say for work. Okay. All right.
That convinces Dabra of everything.
All I need is your cooperation.
It came out exclusively online, silly. Damn, that's so sad. So you didn't print it out and read it physically like the way Fujimoto drew it? My goodness. Do the tier list right now. No, that'll be like 45 minutes. I don't have time for that. It's fanfiction rewriting the series, like the AOT one. Oh, hell yeah. Oh my goodness.
Temporarily, of course. Help me revive Majin Buu and I will show you magic that transcends realms. The scene distorts, warps. We see flashes, the symbol appearing on Dabra's forehead, and then present day. Occupying an unknown character's point of view, we're looking at a screen following the events of Majin Buu's arc.
Oh wait, this is rewriting Daima. I thought it was rewriting the Buu arc. Okay, damn. Boring. Also, I've not seen Daima, but that is something I'm interested in mildly, okay? I like Super Saiyan 4, so I'm curious what the more recent adaptation of it would be. What a guy, this totally normal guy. I'm back! You know what I'm curious? What if we go through Twitter? What's going to show up? As well as the, what's on the anime subreddit? These are two things I want to do quickly. Really disrespectful to do this to Toriyama's final work. True, he should bow down and be like, Toriyama sensei, I'm so sorry for doing this. And he should say it in Japanese and have a Japanese translator in front of him. I drew Reese from Chainsaw Man. What subreddit is this? Anime? Oh, top of this week. Why is this the top of this week? With 10,000 upvotes? Is she mega evolving? Is this like botted? Wait, surely everyone posts fan art on this web. Why is this so popular? Okay. I mean, I could understand a cosplay, I guess, because that's probably like there's not that many cosplayers posting stuff here. What am I on this? Oh wait, show me the hot one. Here we go. Also, is Blindwave gonna react to this Chainsaw Man thing? I want to see their reaction. Not .net.com. The Reese arc. Is it out? Are they gonna do it? Who knows? My Hero Academia final season epilogue. No, is it gonna be a whole new series? Wait, what? Or is this just like the 13th of the 12th? Okay, so it's just like the final episode or the final 2 episodes or whatever. Okay, final episode, I guess. Okay. I wonder if they'll expand the epilogue. The epilogue was a bit weak. Roll over and die, a new visual. Damn. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Boring. Gynax is officially dead. Didn't they die like decades ago? Oh my god, let's see. How does it look? What is this? Holy, I don't remember this character. Apparently One Punch Man Season 3 animation is like decent now. I do sometimes wonder if all the art of One Piece girls showing up on my Twitter timeline is because you're liking them. I mean, maybe. But I doubt it. What is on my... What is this? Okay, Ari at EliteAri.com, true. I think that's correct. Why is it streaming stuff? Okay, so this is what like a very generic anime timeline looks like, I guess. I've never used this before. Notch? Why is Notch here? Okay. Well, we tried. Like Blind Wave remembers any of Chainsaw Man? I mean, like you need to remember anything about Chainsaw Man to watch this movie. The MHA thing is an OVA, I think, adapting the chapter that was only in the volume. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's interesting, though, because the poster is, like, dated for tomorrow, which is when the finale drops. So unless they're, like, dropping two things, I guess. Makima from Chainsaw Man. Why did this not get 10,000 upvotes? Huh? Oh, the rewatch, okay. Boring. Let's do our cycle of ones before I leave. Blind Wave. What's going on? How do they know each other? Wow, what a question. This has never been asked before. The only one I don't know is Jake. Is he like a family friend? Is he related to Eric? Eric and Shane went to grade school, high school together. That's true. I don't know what grade school is, but okay. Rick and Aaron went to high school together. True. Aaron met Eric at the AV club in college. I didn't know that lore, but okay. Rick married Calvin's sister. True, but he also went to Shane's like university or something, right? I don't know the lore. Jake married a mod. Was it Dababa? Are they married? Is that what's happening? I don't remember. Because they're always commenting on the same post. And I think became an employee. This is the weirdest. I've never heard this lore before. This is very funny. Unless it actually is Dababa and it's like not a mod. It's like someone who lives with Aaron or whatever. But all right. Oh my god. I created the ultimate reaction syncing tool. This could be cool. What does this do? Wow. Maybe I'll get back into the full-length reactions. Okay. Know how do he rewatch this year? Rewatch? I haven't watched it yet. Check 4chan. Yes, Dababa. That's correct. Okay, interesting. Next year, Ari and Kai will do how do he watch through for December. This is a good idea. I don't know. Are the light novels done for that? Because if it is, I'd probably just read it, right? No, that's the one where it's like, he just like decided to never write again. Or he's taking like a 20-year break or something. Well, I guess we can just look at the Wikipedia. Two 2003, 2003, 2003, 2004, 2004, 2005, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2011, 2020, and maybe 2024. My goodness. Well, I guess it came out in 2024. Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm good. I'll wait till it's done. Alright, I think that's it. What should I do today? Let me think. What do I have to do? I have to finish ReZero. I have to... My next priority after that is probably digest recording, or at least writing up notes. Well, I obviously have to finish Sherlock as well, but that's very close to being done. Anyway. No shot, you prefer light novels over manga? Probably. Mainly because I can listen to a light novel. I can't listen to a manga. That's mainly it. But I don't have a strong preference. I don't really particularly like either of them. Anime is definitely my favorite by far. I mean, how do he novels just come out of nowhere? Come out of whenever he wants. Well, yeah, apparently whenever he wants is every 10 years is what it seems like. But also, you know, not really, because the last one came out 4 years, or within 4 years. Like he released one last year out of nowhere. We love that. The 2 seasons plus movie is a good self-contained story as far as I'm concerned. Oh, excuse me. You know what's a good self-contained story? The movie. I should watch that. If only ChatGPT didn't tell me that I shouldn't do that. But I wish. I love mystery movies. Why do you like listening to thing? You don't even drive? Firstly, I do drive. Also, I don't drive. No, I don't have a car anymore. Why would I want to like read something with my eyes when I can listen to them with my ears and that my eyes do other things? I don't know. It seems a bit silly. I think if you like read with your eyes, then there's like something wrong with you, you know? I prefer to hear things. That's why I never take my hearing for granted, okay? Anyway. Thanks for coming, everyone. I probably won't be streaming until probably Friday next week, I'm guessing. But yeah. You would not care about how to a movie unless you had previously seen the series about. Thank you, ChatGPT. But that is what ChatGPT told me, Mr. Gems. That's why I said that. Because I had this whole conversation. I was like, man, I want to watch this. ChatGPT, can I watch this without seeing anything before it? It's like, no, you cannot. You must watch everything before it. I was like, okay. What do you do with your eyes when you read? Well, I close them, obviously. What do you mean? I think something good. But no, when I'm reading, I'm usually just doing something else. Like I'll play a game or something, or I'll play Minecraft or something. What is this? A podcast? Shane does a podcast now? Well, who cares about the 2 seasons? Wait, who cares about the 2 seasons are just peaks, so you should watch them before the movie anyway? Maybe.
I don't know for live, actually.
Is this Shane? He doesn't look like him.
Oh, it's showing live.
Oh, wait, no, that's Shane on the left. I don't know why I didn't recognize it. That also doesn't look like him. I saw this guy, and I'm like, is it, what? Okay.
Riverside. Yeah, we are. But we're not live on here.
This is always the... You know what? My proudest achievement is that this never happened to me. Okay, we can go back to my first stream. I don't think I ever had a thing where I was like trying to set up the stream and I was struggling. But apparently every live streamer does this. But let's see, not me, okay? Please, please, please. I hope I didn't have this issue. I think I started and it was all working. True, look, just like today. I drank my water and then I talked to chat, I'm sure. Ready?
Wonder if this will work.
True, it is working.
Oh my god, how do I even check this?
It was working so good that I just didn't even know what to do, you know? It's so great. All right, let's see.
It's driving me crazy.
It's driving him crazy, man.
So we're live on Riverside. I'd exit out of the YouTube.
Who is this person?
Okay, now, yeah, we are live now. Oh, oh my god. I had to turn my fucking volume down on my thing. All right. Oh, by the way, I see. Mando, hello. How's it going? Hopefully.
Wow. Okay, none of these topics seem particularly interesting. What is this?
Yeah, so like, just for like some of the movements it does. Okay.
I wonder how they power it. That's an interesting thing. Is it like nuclear? Or
Oh, it's all about the UFOs or whatever. The ethics of neural technology.
Know more about it. To be honest with you, I don't really know.
Well, I think the medical side of it's pretty exciting because there's they theorize that it could cure like paralysis, spinal cord injuries, different kind of neurological.
Okay, we gotta skip around until Tom is talking. Okay.
I remember that. Yeah. I'll hear
everything. I fear.
That's what I was thinking, but I always think that.
The last 3 days. And,
oh, I think you just said something. Wait.
I apologize. First of all, I'm sick as hell.
You look thinner though. Your face.
I've been starving myself again.
Okay, he just laughed, I guess. Okay, come on.
Monster specialist Ted. I think the question.
Powered by element 115. And the curiosity. The best UFO. Well, some.
Because he doesn't want to turn on.
Yeah, and he.
Come on, Tom.
Jamie's.
There we go.
What? No, you should specify. In Chick-fil-A, they always say my.
Okay. Anyway, what a thing. Holy. Who cares about the 2? Oh, wait, I read that already. Who cares about the 2 seasons of Just Peak? So you should watch them before the movie anyway. About what ChatGPT said. Okay. Wait, I found a crazy channel. This channel has Blindwave and the normies constantly go on it, and they never promote it, for what I can see. Interesting. Let's see. Let's just watch the... Okay, I need to go pretty... No, this will be the last thing, I think. Colonoscopies, the perfect podcast topic. Well, that is what the early Blindway podcast talked about, stuff like that. He's just the eye candy, Ari. He doesn't need to speak. That is true. And when he spoke, his mic was like blown out and it was hard to hear him, but... I'm telling you guys, don't ever do an intro like this. It's never necessary.
Themselves. So we'll get started with some intros. Some guest
Okay, let's see. So obviously Eric, I know him, Blindwave. This person, I have no idea. Navi, of course, from the normies. No idea who this is. I know her. I think I've seen her react to something, and I don't think I liked it. I don't know this person, or this. Okay.
Intros that we have here today. My co-host today is the one and only Johnny Odell, aka J2O. Johnny, thank you for being here.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. And up top we have.
Oh, it's actually about Severance. Okay, maybe I probably shouldn't watch this because I want to watch Severance. What's the other one that was sent? Lost Trivia.
This is the whole show right here, right? You know,
yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Pretty much in a nutshell.
I was thinking, like, when I was a kid, we played that game that looked like that was called Othello, but I guess that's what I put down, but I don't think that's technically the word.
Oh, it was backgammon. So yes.
Okay, there we go. Early out the gate.
Okay, I'm gonna be able to answer the next one. Get ready.
Oh yeah, man, I'm happy for you. My son has a good person in the game. Yeah.
I thought backgammon was played with a net. Apparently not.
That's the next question.
Oh my god, you're right.
Badminton is something else.
Oh my god.
All right, don't worry. Plenty of game left. As we say, plenty of game left.
All right, ready?
All right, question 2. What is the name of
Charlie's Band? Oh no. Oh no, this is one I could actually get, but I have no idea what it is. It was like... Oh, I have no idea, but I know it. When I see it, I'll know it.
I don't know the name of their song.
Okay, you put the song down. Looking for the band.
Dang it.
And yeah, we want multiple choice for every question here. And Go was one of my options for that first question.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Might have tripped you up.
I want to do...
Show me the answers.
You can ask for a repeat if you want. I think everyone's locked in. So let's start with Eric.
I got
Drive Shaft. That has to be it, unless that's from something else.
Drive Shaft.
And Serge?
Yeah.
Drive Shaft.
Yeah. Wow. What a strange occurrence that this exists. Okay, I don't know any of these people. I mean, I know these two. Oh my god. These two are there. These are the Doctor Who reactors. Oh my god. My name is Simon. I used to watch this guy when he reacted to like Ruby or something. This is actually crazy. They have like everyone.
She wants to make me. She wants to start our.
Do you think they reacted to Chainsaw Man yet? Probably not, right? The movie. I guess not.
Reaction to movies with the Lord of the Rings first part, which is her favorite.
I'd always had this secret burning desire to do something with a YouTube channel. In 2015, as you say, with all of this hype and the build up towards The Force Awakens, I would give...
Wow. Okay, that's it, guys. We're done. Wow, that Eric took 2 hours out of his day to do this, but never promoted it. I mean, maybe he did. Maybe he... You know what? You know where he probably promoted it? On his Discord. Because apparently that's where all the community stuff is. But that is true. 2 hours, they could have watched something else and done a reaction to it. Maybe you could be on the React First one day. Or I don't know if I'll ever do a reaction video again, okay? I don't know. I don't really enjoy making them. Maybe you could... Yeah, right, true. How's Film Buff doing? Film Buff is... I think he's on like a 2-month hiatus or something right now. It's probably not 2 months. Well, I think he said it's like for until next year, but I most likely I assume it'll be 2 months. So who knows? But I did tweet out the thing, which is going to be very funny because he does follow me now. What do we do? Oh, Film Buff. What's his name on Twitter? _ Film Buff? Twitter Film Buff. _ Film Buff. No? Jesus, what's his name? Wait. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. I can just go to his channel. Oh, wow. I didn't know he was post-pro protected. Okay. So we want film buff from EliteAri 2. That should be it. Here we go. So back in 2023, will film buff release reactions to the last 2 episodes of Vinland Saga before the end of December like he said he will? 2 years ago, guys. No, people were correct. He did not. And June of this year, like 6 months ago, will film buff release reaction to the last 2 episodes of Vinland Saga before the end of 2025? Apparently one person thought so, but everyone else said no. And I'm thinking this is probably going to be the case. And it is funny because as soon as I tweeted this out, he started following me. So I think he does at least know that people are not happy, you know? He could be watching me right now, but I don't think he is. He deserves a break. That is true. You know, he's had a hard life. I think he had family issues or something. I don't know. He had some issue, I'm sure. Poor guy. You know, we can never understand his struggle because he doesn't tell us about it. So it's okay. We don't need to know. All right, I'm out of here. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. I look forward to the Sherlock discussion with me and Kyle. Hopefully it gets more than 10 views this time. And I'm so excited for My Hero Academia to be over in 3 weeks for me because I watched the dub and I'm 2 weeks behind. So yeah. See you next time, guys.